YouTube. As always, you get to see the behind the scenes. You know, we still setting up. Show not started just yet, but you can hear us. Gonna get everything set up so y'all can have a lovely view of everybody in the crew today, and y'all gonna be shocked as hell. Guess who's here on time before the show starts? We got Mo Swag in the building. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not a lie. It is dead serious. Mo Swag is in the building.
Okay. Reggie, your topic. I want you to bring it up. Bring that up right after Wendy Williams.
Okay.
Then we go into the poll question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So YouTube, how y'all doing this morning?
What are we? What are we? What are we?
Money, power,
Oh,
respect.
part 3.
Part 3.
Money, Power, Color, Part 3.
So what I'm doing is I'm using this to just capture, like, because it does it in 15-minute increments.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be using these clips to upload to Instagram for Instagram TV.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm collecting them, and what I want to do is like a mashup.
Okay.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So,
And then we can, if you let you put them together, we can do a mashup and then create a whole couple little minute video with it.
right, and that's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta get some more pictures too, sitting in the studio. I wanna start getting like different clips. My little niece, she works on Saturdays. I don't know anybody can come in and take pictures of us real quick. Yeah, my time to do it. 2 broke black chicks. I heard that. Heard them talking the other day.
Yeah.
They
When
wild.
I saw,
They are wild, boy. I was like, oh my God.
Put that in for me, sir.
Yes, sir.
When I saw the little caption for the show, my head went somewhere else.
Yeah. Good morning, you two. We about to get it together. First song we're gonna be playing today is "All My People" by Kendrick the Family Soul. I like Kendrick the Family Soul. That be on point.
Now,
Do we need to pull this down?
yes,
We do.
yes.
Okay.
Now, that is not going to record the whole show. The Gear 360 will not record the whole show.
Okay.
It'll just record beginning, but we don't want the entire show per se.
Right.
We want little snippets, and that's exactly what we want.
Right.
Where? Oh, no wonder.
Well, make sure you sit your purse in the corner. How's Mallory?
We gotta get ready for daddy-daughter dance tonight.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mo, we got you.
Am I in the video? Good morning. Good morning.
Hey,
Na 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 na
When's our first break?
Our first break is at
Wow. That's
10:40.
See, I was gonna do that, but
No.
Good morning. Good morning. Facebook, how y'all
See ya.
doing? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Money,
Is it
Power,
live?
Color,
It's
Part
live?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Money, Power, Color, Part 3. Good morning, Miss Chastity. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to start without me. I gotta go. Gotta go.
We'll have a seat, yeah. I think Stephanie, pull the camera back just a little bit. Pull it back, Mom. Just go straight back. Just a little bit. Boom.
is it okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Right there. Yes. We smack dead in the middle. Good morning, everybody.
What's up? So we gotta give a shout out to the ladies from last night. They were off the chain.
Who'd you take with you?
Good morning, everybody. Money, Power, Color, Part 3.
You know that's my question.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. We getting it together. Money Power Cover Part 3. All right, let me see. Since the sunshine is moving around. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good morning. This is your boy Q. I think the camera is this way. That's all. I'll be looking over this way, but it's actually this way.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining. Listen, we're going to be talking about Money, Power, and Color. Part 3 is our series finale of this. So you guys, please feel free to share. Give us some hearts. Give us some likes, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Make sure you definitely do that. So definitely sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Make sure you share this broadcast, and we're gonna be with you in just a quick, brief second. What's up, YouTube? Same thing for you. Make sure that you guys follow
They
us
can't
on
see you on camera.
Facebook. YouTube can't see me.
No, YouTube can't see you.
Finish.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Is
go.
that better?
Yes.
What's up, YouTube? Make sure you do the exact same thing. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure that you give us some likes, and make sure you comment as well. We're gonna be definitely be trying to push our YouTube, so make sure that you do that, and we'll see you in just a second. We're gonna be talking about Wendy Williams and her drama in just a minute.
Mm.
That's my song. I like that song. What happened to y'all sending me some music? What happened to that?
I sent you
Y'all left me
music.
high
that
and
you,
dry.
no, I sent you.
You didn't put my
Thank you.
music on there?
Okay, so this the deal.
I sent you music the week before. You,
You sent
obviously
me
didn't like it
music.
because you
said,
didn't
That's not
do
true.
All you gotta do is
any
find
That's
of
not
it.
true.
So therefore, I was like, you know what?
No, that's not true.
If you
What
don't like
happened-
it that last week,
Okay.
then you ain't gonna like it this
Reggie,
week.
this okay. So let me break it down to you real quick. This for you too, Mo. First of all, y'all missed my phone conferences and then send me music like we ain't developed a concept. But both of y'all ain't on the darn conference call. But you want to send me music that don't even match.
But I was
And I ain't no excuse, no.
How
You was on last week, Mo, but you ain't seen no music.
How do you
What we
figure
did-
it
I ain't
out?
deal with
You
you
said
yet.
YouTube.
Did we just talk yesterday?
YouTube. I sent you the
Oh, you
music.
didn't see no music on YouTube. I ain't get no YouTube.
Watch. Hold on.
Because I didn't do it till late. I was waiting. Only person do right all the time is Reggie. I don't
That's
understand.
because Reggie's a great guy.
I just think, Reggie and I we just have the Aquarius thing going. I just think we just know automatically.
I'm just here, people. You see they argue like an old married couple.
And me and Steph is starting to argue like a married couple. What's wrong with what? Y'all
But
don't
you know
like me
what
no
though?
more?
Here's the thing though. You know what?
Your afro is so cute. I like it.
You know what? There's two things I know.
Go ahead, get in.
There's two things I know. If you always agree with somebody, you're in the wrong damn room. You need to get away from them.
Yeah. That's
Number
true.
2, if you in a family and you don't argue, fuss, and fight, you ain't really a family.
Right. Right.
So the way I see this is, I love it.
Me
Yes,
too.
we're gonna butt heads. Yes, we're gonna argue. We're gonna hurt each other's feelings. But at the end of the day,
That's true.
family is family. You shake this shit off, and you come back and you chop it up.
That's right.
So, because I know I got some cousins that, yeah, we ain't gonna go there.
Stand by. What's up, everybody?
So, that's the thing. Family.
Oh, I guess I need to put my headset on.
Yeah.
Don't mean a thing if I ain't got no headset
I
on.
know.
No, I don't mean a thing if you ain't got this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the Mash the Gas Talk Radio Show. This is your boy Q, and I have the entire MTG crew here with me this morning.
On time.
On time.
Yesterday,
And camera ready.
12/13, send it to you. YouTube. You will like this, and we can interview him in the near future. He's based out of U.S. but travels extensively in Europe.
You sure did.
Oh, that video. Okay.
You sure did,
Okay.
Mo. I am so sorry. Would you please accept my apology, Mo?
No, you just apologize to him when we interview him.
So, for everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook, y'all heard and saw the behind the scenes. For those
It went
listeners,
down.
for our listeners on the After Party Radio app,
Y'all done missed it.
y'all have missed out.
We done
Make
went to
sure-
blows.
Make sure you switch
You
over.
gonna have a black eye.
check out our Facebook and YouTube page to catch the behind the scenes, and you can see where this conversation at the beginning of the show actually started.
Bonsoir to all our listeners and friends.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Hey, listen, let's go ahead and get cranky with the show real quick. First of all, our show is sponsored by Mash Gas.
Yeah.
Then also, we just want to go ahead and let's just do some hot topics real quick, kind of shake it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. And where is mine? Okay, there it is. First off, real quick, the after party live
Yes.
happening on May
May
the 4th.
4th. Be
with you.
Yes.
2019 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Brick House Lounge. Where is that at, Mo? 25.
25.
Come on, Mo. You can do it.
25,
Arkansas Lane.
Arkansas
There
Lane
you
in
go.
Arlington, Texas.
There you
The
go,
lovely
Mo.
Ag City.
Ag City.
That's what they call it.
76010. Featuring award-winning podcasters from the After Party Radio. Miss Bree of Grown Folks Talking. She's going to be in the house. Your boy Boss Hogg of the Petty Crew will be moderating the show.
I still don't understand that, but I'll let that go.
Amber of Diversely, Outspoken, is gonna be in the house. That's my girl. I love me
like
some
her,
Amber.
yeah.
That's my girl. I really
Amber
like
turn
her.
up.
She be good. She be
Amber
turned
turn
up.
up.
She be turning up. Your boy Q of Master Gas Talk Radio is gonna be in the house, and also my boy Kimbo from Hustlenomics is gonna be in the house.
Hustlenomics, hey.
We're gonna be talking about Trapped in the Closet, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, trapped in the closet. What does that really mean?
Well, I mean, you know, Mo, how like some people, they can be in places where they don't make changes because they can be trapped in certain mentalities. They can be trapped in certain
Do you
behaviors.
know what I thought they were going to talk about?
What?
People who were gay who was in the closet.
That, you know, didn't we say that one time? We said that. That was the exact thing we
Down
said.
low folk. That's what I thought
We
y'all were
said
going to
that.
talk about.
No,
Down
no,
low
no.
folk.
See, and that was a concept, you know, and that's why, I can't take too much credit, but this was kind of my suggestion that we call it Trapped in the Closet, because not only was the R. Kelly,
Well,
situation
no
kind of
wonder
hot,
it confused me.
But
Because you
what
came up
happens
with the
is-
idea.
huh?
That's why it confused me. You came up with the idea. Well, hell.
Well,
I mean, you came up with the talk. No, trapped in the
Well,
closet.
no, I ain't never told you how to trap, and I still get confused with you.
That's okay.
But the
You may
thing
learn
was, is that
something one day.
anyway, we talk about the After Party Live right now. This ain't between me.
Oh
and you.
yeah, After Party Live. That's gonna be on May 4th.
May the 4th be with you at 2525 East
East
Arkansas Lane,
and
Arlington, Texas.
From what time? From
3
what time?
p.m. to 6 p.m.
And they're gonna have food there. So
And they're gonna
we're
have food.
rocking
And
rolling.
drinks.
And drinks too.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
For those
Bring
who
your
drink.
wallets. Bring your wallets.
For
They
those
don't.
who
These drinks ain't complimentary.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
bring your
really?
wallets. Okay. Also, pre-sale tickets at $15.
So when do pre-sale tickets end? That's the question I've been getting.
Oh.
Okay, so Montana's saying something. At the
At the
door.
door.
Okay,
At the
so
door. So in other words, pre-sales mean buy 'em before you get there.
yeah.
That's
So,
what that
okay.
means. Buy 'em before you get
So
there.
for all our Facebook, YouTube, and our after party listeners, you gotta get your tickets before you get to the door.
Before you get to the door. And also, we're gonna be special guest comedian Black Run, and DJ Curdy is gonna be on the mix. So
DJ Curdy.
that's what we're gonna be doing. Montana, I want DJ Curdy to play some good old reggae music in that joint. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Bring
We
some
gonna be
reggae in that
whining.
joint. Yeah. So the After Party Live, come and see myself and the MTV crew, the rest with the After Party family, and let's turn it up real quick.
Mhm.
All right, so let's go ahead and get digging real quick into the show. I think we have had enough small talk, and then we'll go over some more announcements later on at the end.
Okay.
Wendy Williams.
Yes,
Lord.
Wendy.
Wendy
Poor
Williams.
Wendy.
Bless
Wendy
her
Williams.
heart.
Okay, so now y'all know Wendy Williams. I'm just going off the cuff here. I
Back
haven't
in
put up.
rehab.
She was back in the rehab. She got on her show. She said she be living in one of them sober living houses. And then it's allegedly, while she's at the sober living house, they found her drunk.
Mhm.
Whatever case is, probably
Okay.
because Kevin,
Her husband.
her husband
Had a
allegedly
baby.
had a baby. Gotta say allegedly.
Mhm.
Had a
Please,
baby
come on
with
now.
his mistress, and he had to go to the hospital so he could be the great father that he was supposed to be to this child, while Wendy Williams drunk somewhere, and and all that kind of stuff. So Wendy Williams. Now y'all asked to talk about this. I mean,
Right.
I could care less. So what's going on?
Well,
What y'all
Get
want,
out, girl. Get out. Get out. Don't.
Yeah.
We as women, unfortunately, we let too often relationships define us. Let him go.
She
Let him go.
can't.
Well, here's the other thing.
He a
that-
thug.
No,
She's scared.
no. Here's the other thing though. Alcoholism will cause you to be weak, and if you're alcoholic, it will cause you to make poor judgments. And for somebody that is being an enabler,
Mhm.
Okay.
you will continue to run back to that person. The other thing that's hard about alcoholism is when you go to a sobriety or you get clean
Mhm.
and you go through your first 30 days,
Mhm.
one of the main things they tell you not to focus on is a relationship.
Right.
Hmm.
And that's hard
Wow.
to do.
And it's
when
hard to
Wow.
do when
in
you're
a
married or if you're in a committed relationship.
Wow.
That is hard to do because sometimes the people that they may love you, but they may not be right for you.
Right.
And see, that's why I was kind of thinking, now that you say that, it makes total sense. Because, a lot of people, they go into rehab when they are in relationships to fix their relationships,
Mhm.
to try to make it better so they won't lose the person that they're with.
Right, but you have
And
to do it
that's
for
so-
yourself.
that's
You
what I'm
can't do
saying,
it
but
for
you
the
can't
other person.
really-
Pardon me,
Right.
no.
It has to become really a huge selfish
Right.
thing, to get yourself together, and then the other person have to kind of be on the back burner per se to kind of
Well, here's the
allow
thing.
you to do that.
Here's the thing about being in a relationship. You cannot go into a relationship if you are not whole yourself.
Right.
Right,
So
right.
you have to be whole, which is why, you go through, if you've ever been through AA, NA, or, all the other little definitions that they use to help people recover, one of the first things, they have to be able to focus on themselves. In a relationship, whether you care, you may care, but that person has to do it on their own. Not saying that you can't support them, not saying
Right.
that you can't be there for them,
Mhm.
but they have to go through that struggle on their own.
And it is a struggle.
And it's a struggle. And it's
Yeah.
just it's not one of those things where it's like you 30 days, you 60 days, you 90 days. No, it's a everyday, day by day, moment by moment struggle for these people.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I speak from experience because I witnessed it firsthand multiple times.
So do we say, Wendy Williams, we're here for you, we're praying for you, or do we say karma, or do we say nah? Because I've seen so many things. See, this is my thing. Until you've been in a marriage, until you fought for a marriage,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be on the outside and say she needs to do this, she needs to do that, she needs to leave him. I mean, she's there for 20-some years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's an investment. Now, if I were giving Wendy Williams advice, and ain't nobody ever asked me for advice,
Well,
Oh,
but I'ma
no.
still
Hold
give
up.
it.
Oh, no, right, right.
Because I done took them
Absolutely.
glasses off,
Right.
so now I want y'all to listen to me. Young ladies, old ladies, you in a marriage, and he goes somewhere else and has a kid. What I need you to do, listen to me, is stay in that marriage.
Mm.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Listen
Yeah,
to me. Get the emotions out, baby. Get the emotions out. Cry all you want to. Stay in that marriage. Because you're worried about that she gave him a baby. But if we really serious about this game, baby, you gonna win. Because you get to sign a DNR, do not resuscitate, and you get the insurance check. You get to say who can come in that, I didn't curse, who can come in that hospital room and who cannot. Whose name can go in the obituary and who cannot. Let me tell you why that's important. When it's a matter of public record,
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
you have to do the obituary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The insurance companies pull the obituary not from the little thing at the funeral home, but from the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
See, you don't write, you write it, but it goes to the funeral home. You hear what I'm saying? So when I'm talking to y'all, don't mess up your money. He done had another child outside the marriage. Oh, it's okay. Because when it comes down to it, the massage therapist with the baby, she ain't gonna get the house. She ain't gonna get the business unless you give it up to her. So stay in it. Now y'all ain't got to stay in the same damn house. You ain't got to stay in the same room. You ain't got to stay in the same house. But you still need that paper. You hear what I'm saying?
Some more what you're saying
I am.
is
Go for that paper, cause when we playing a game and he wanna play a game, you gonna always win. Cause the only way you can hurt a man, talk about his mama,
Mess with his money.
mess with his money, or mess up his car. That's it. Strike 3, baby.
Well,
That's it.
actually, your money and your car the same thing.
Well, that's it.
I guess
So
I
I'm
just,
just saying-
this is where we differ. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just can't. My emotions, my life is worth more than whatever
It ain't
paper
worth-
you got.
Well, it's not worth the, see,
Gotta
cause
go.
she has a child. See, if
Well,
you're
I mean,
single,
and she has a child. That's
she has a
that's
child,
good.
and she'll
But-
get more money for that child. But if she divorces, she 50% is less than 100. They together,
hear you.
that's 100.
Yeah.
And she gotta worry about her legacy. So really her feelings are all in it, but she gotta worry about her child's children. She gotta worry about her children's children. You know what I'm saying?
Their
And so
legacy.
100 is more than 50%.
And
So I know you're gonna be emotional. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna hurt your feelings. I know you're gonna feel broke down, but you still got that big rock. Let it go. You don't have
I
so
gotta
Mo,
go.
what you're saying
I gotta
is
go.
basically
My life and my happiness is worth more than your money. Gotta go.
Yeah, well, and so you know
and
what?
see, that's good. That's
And
a good
see,
way to look
this,
at it.
This
But-
is one
That's
of
a
the
broke
things.
way of looking
No,
at it.
no,
That's a
no.
good way of looking at it.
Here's the thing, Mo, and this is what I see. I see both sides of this. So, Mo, you're absolutely right, because when you get into a marriage is a business.
Business
It's a
contract.
business. It's a business decision. There's love and there's feelings and all that, and that's great. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision.
Yes, indeed.
The thing about being in business, and if you want to excel in business, you have to take your feelings out of it. However, on the other hand, when especially women, women are taught as little girls to grow up, get married, and it's put into them this whole romantic thing about being married. And I don't think a lot of women understand the work that goes behind it until after they get married.
Especially if you didn't see your mom married to your dad and seeing all the work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one thing to take a picture, it's one thing to go to church.
Right.
But you ain't seeing her budget money, rob Peter, PayPal, with 2 checks, with an extra jar, getting the house done, cooking. And so people have to understand it's a lot of work in there.
And see, Mo, this is where the age variations come in. Because no, our age variations come in because the generation you live in, the generation you grew up in, the generation we grew up in, and the new generation that's coming up, where they're becoming of age and they're starting to settle down and things like this. It's I don't think there's a right or wrong. It's a culmination of knowledge that we've learned through our progression in history, and that's what we have to pass on. Mo, you're absolutely right. When it comes to making, you gotta make business decisions. However, on the other hand, Sunshine is also correct because you got emotions tied to it, and it's easy to say, yep, chop it up,
Yeah.
get rid of it. However, those emotions run deep.
Well, and it's a fine line because you don't want your children to see you being treated that way, and to say, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be treated. So, I mean, I know, I feel sorry for my child because she's gonna be like, Mama, you going to work again? I'm going to work again. I'm getting that money. I'm getting that money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because I'm just one-sided, and it's, you know, and it's not good. But when it's all said and done, I just.
So Mo,
Let
go ahead. I'm
me,
sorry.
let
Go
me
ahead.
say this. Let me say this because we're gonna have to move on real quick because I want to talk about. Yeah, because we're gonna move on because we talk about Wendy Williams all day, and I'm not really interested. I'm just honest to God. Because I'm just saying, anyway,
She got out of
no, stop, Mo, don't do that, man. Because I feel for it. I feel for, you know, and I feel for only for a smidget, only because it's Wendy Williams and that's her life and that's what she has to do. I do agree with Mo, secure your bag, by any means necessary. Miss Sunshine say cut them loose, that kind of stuff, that's fine. But only thing that I would say is, let's talk about what you were gonna talk about. Let's just move on with the whole situation.
Okay, so we go.
you-
I was gonna try to transition into it.
No, you do it. I
Okay.
want you to
Okay.
bring it on because
So-
this is interesting.
So we're gonna talk about code switching.
Code switching.
Code
Code switching.
So for anybody that doesn't know what code switching
Break
is,
it down.
this is what code switching is. So, Q, you call me on the phone.
What
I,
up?
I see it's you. Hey, what up, man? What's up? What's going on?
Right.
How you
right.
doing? However, if it's a business call, hello, this is
Hello.
Cedric. How may I help you?
You don't do
So
it like that.
Absolutely.
What y'all talking about?
Yes. So we go
Yeah.
no, and so it's funny because the reason there's several stipulations. So I had a friend tell me about this, and she made light of it. She was like, there's a difference when you talk on the phone with your friends and family versus when you get a business call and how you fall right into it, whatever it is. You can be having a conversation with your boys and then you'll fall right into a business conversation. I just want to know, does anybody else do that?
Absolutely.
All the time.
So-
Absolutely.
All my life.
No, where did you learn it?
Where did I learn that? Okay, let me tell you.
I don't know.
I think I learned it in school. And let me
High
tell you
school or
why.
college?
Let's say high school, because now at the K, we had people that always used to get on us, like Miss Bosley,
Mhm.
get on us about using proper English.
And Miss Perry?
And Miss Perry,
Mhm.
we had teachers like that always, no, that isn't, there is no such word as ain't, and I ain't got no. No, you say I don't
Double,
have
triple
any.
negative. Double, triple negative.
Right.
So we
Good.
always got in trouble. Then when I got to Prairie View, those professors, you could not go in there and talk about what up. They're looking at you like, excuse me?
Mhm.
No, you tried it again. My name is, what is yours? And so they teach you how to learn, teach you how to speak the English that you learned all those years back.
Mhm.
And teach you, to develop your sentence structure and all this good stuff. Capitalization, punctuation, all that good stuff, because it all goes
Because
together.
there's a time and a place.
Right.
And it's a time and a place. But then when I'm chilling or something like that, it's what up,
Look.
bed,
Yeah.
what's good.
I ain't gotta use proper English.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't have to use full sentences. If I'm talking to my friends,
So where did you learn it, Sunshine?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It just.
Yeah.
Tony T.C. Cleveland said parents.
Mhm.
Your parents?
Yeah.
No.
What about you?
Not my mama, because my mama didn't care.
I
So
don't know. I don't
my mama didn't care. All right.
Oh, you don't code switch?
I'm code switch.
Mm. So
You
you
know what?
like
I
this all the
believe
time?
that.
I don't.
I believe you are the same way
Everybody.
through everything.
It's so messed up that y'all know the story. I went to a not predominantly white school, all white school, because I was the only black in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Then the other 3 blacks came. I was so happy to see them. But
Wow.
and yeah, so 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So they were like, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
And even we're going back to our reunion, and they're like, I can't wait to see you. I was like, I can't wait to see you. What we gonna talk about? I don't know. They came to my mama's funeral.
but you know what?
Hey.
Isn't it crazy though? Like when you do that or whatever, and you do it so often that you end up talking English, and then you just blend the two.
I think,
with
you know what?
everybody,
Probably.
even
It's also-
professionally.
Maybe it's something like, those people who are bilingual.
Mhm.
It goes back to, you have proper and you have Ebonics. Okay, you have English and you have Spanish, and sometimes they just
Spanglish.
intermingle and you get
Yeah.
Spanglish.
I mean, in the United States, we speak broken English anyway.
Right.
If we go to England, they'd be looking at us
The
like,
Queen's
what?
English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can't understand. Now, you know what? Maybe
Well,
I
to
do.
England.
Because no, that's not. When
I
I hear
just go on our
my
next break.
aunt
I need to
speak
go to the
and
loo.
my cousin speak,
Mm.
well, go ahead. At least you don't have to go to the lift. But when that is close. When I speak to my people from North Carolina, and I got one cousin, hey Deborah, oh my gosh, her sentences, her words, hey, how you doing? I be like, I'm waiting for the finish. I'm fine.
But
Yeah,
When I
but
got
you
the phone.
you speak in 2 seconds. What's up?
Yeah.
I be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even. Even my emails are like.
Ain't nobody
what?
got time for that.
Really?
And here's the funny part. So I think I have multiple. So if you
I'm sure, yeah.
if you're dealing with my people like my boys from the K, we chop it up, we do our thing. It blase, it is what it is. Professionally,
Mhm.
I have my language there. But what's funny is that my friends from college, we went to Louisiana
Oh.
and I hung out with my cousins.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, dude,
You
I
were
understand.
different
They were
person,
like, what are you talking about, dude?
Did you get all little Creole?
Yeah, and then like I have one cousin that I don't know why he does it, but he mainly speaks French. And like I understand quite a bit of French. and it's just like, and then I was just chopping it up. He's speaking French, I'm speaking English, and they just looking at me like,
What'd he say?
what?
You speak a little French? Say something to the ladies in French, bro.
Dude,
No?
dude.
No, cause that French he speaks.
Yeah, you
they
can't
speak-
now.
That's not the same. When people from
Creole.
Louisiana go to France,
Yeah.
Cause that's like
I
that
just
Haitian.
thought, I was just thinking,
No.
you know,
It-
that
it's-
the people out
Haitian
here in
Creole
France, I was
French.
just thinking that maybe they want to hear you speak a little
It's
broken French.
it's not like patois. It's
different.
totally different.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
It's
So
like
you
having
just-
a Cockney accent and speaking English. You be like, what? We are speaking English, but you got a Cockney accent.
So think about it like
Oh,
this.
gotcha.
Think about us here in the
I
U.S.
tried, ladies, I tried.
going to England, and
tried.
it's that different. Where you're
Right.
using the same words, but they have different meanings,
Mm-hmm.
and the dialect is slightly different. So when you're doing that, it's just like us speaking English in the U.S. and you speaking English in the U.K.
Right,
And,
right.
and that's how Creole.
But it's a
Is-
little different because, like
yeah.
I said, it's you got Haitian,
Right.
Creole.
all kind of jumbled in there together, and you throw a couple of English
Yeah.
words in there, and my buddies were looking at me like, dude, like your family real nice, but what? I don't understand nothing they said.
Right.
Yeah, because
But the food good.
But all I do is say
Oh,
yes.
no.
And like when they're older and they speak French, yes ma'am, yes sir, no.
Mhm.
And then I'll be like, I don't know. They probably say, I'm gonna kick your butt, yes ma'am, you are, 'cause, you know. Because I don't understand nothing, but their food is good, so.
Yeah.
What am I
Right.
saying?
Y'all, and I'm hungry. I ain't ate nothing but a bagel and peaches.
Okay,
Well, you-
Jesse.
Bagel and
24
peaches.
hours. I'm starving.
Let's move on with the show.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the
Alright.
poll.
Alright.
No, we're gonna get into the poll question
Okay,
first.
I gotta find it. Hold on.
What's
Oh,
that the poll question?
I thought the
No.
whole question was.
No, the poll question was about Jussie Smollett.
yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta
Yeah.
find it.
I thought the whole
Oh,
question was
yeah.
about
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah, no. We talking about code switches.
Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun,
yeah,
dun,
so
dun, question.
Jesse, what are we thinking? What are we thinking?
I'm
'Cause
thinking
I'm
there's-
thinking he's sleeping with somebody. He knows some inside scoop on somebody, and that's why them charges got dropped.
It ain't that
No,
crazy.
I don't think it's that. I think there's multiple things going on here.
You think
Number,
it's layers of stuff?
yes, there has to be, because number one, the police jumped out way too fast to say he was guilty. Because
I agree.
they jumped out way too
I
fast.
agree.
However, even though, he may have done some underhanded stuff, it may have looked suspicious, he didn't want to give up his phone. However, if it was gonna make Jesse look bad, them records wouldn't have been sealed. Do you know the only time that the records are sealed, just like with Kaepernick, if the person in power is gonna really look bad, they want the records sealed, so they don't look bad. Because you lose a lot of money, and with all the unrest going on in Chicago right now, to have that hit on top of what's going on, there's more to the story, and we're not getting it.
Well, but then why do you think that the mayor and the police department would keep pushing and pushing to the fact that, no, this is.
Because
right?
like Mo said a few months ago,
And I
the
want
mayor,
our $130,000
the
back.
mayor
Yeah.
and the police chief, they're figureheads.
Yeah.
They don't actually have the power.
In Chicago, the aldermen have the power.
Mhm.
So what happened is, I did not know this, but what is it? Empire, don't watch it, don't like it, let it go. But they film in Chicago.
Mhm.
So certain sections, they film in certain sections. So certain aldermen
then-
are like, don't cut our money out.
Mhm.
You want
Ah,
$130,000? Don't cut our money out because it's heavily union in Chicago. So all of the
Right.
lighting jobs, all of the makeup jobs. So they're like,
Gotcha.
shit, y'all talking about $130,000 and they bringing in $13 million every season to one section of Chicago?
Mhm. And here's the other thing you have to also look at. They introduced a bill that would get rid of the tax benefits for anybody that used Jesse Smollett.
Y'all,
However,
y'all be
Right.
posting and
What
shit
happens,
on
Mo,
Facebook.
like you said, the
Damn, you
aldermen
can't sign a damn poll question.
actually, the aldermen actually run
Right.
the city.
They the ones with the power.
They the ones with the power. They
Yeah.
behind the scenes. You really don't get to see. You might see one here and there pop up, but most of the time you're never gonna see them all together.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. At the end of the day, it's about the almighty dollar,
Mhm.
and that's what it's about. Because the people in power, yes, the mayor's upset. Yes, the police chief is upset. And if they wanted those records unsealed, if they had the power to do it, it'd been done already. But they don't have no power.
This
I'm sorry, they
this-
do not have any power.
Money.
Let me tell you, I have to honestly, I agree, Miss Sunshine.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not saying that he slept with anybody, nothing like that.
Yeah, he got some inside info.
I think, let me tell you, because with the reason why the mayor and the reason why the police chief is pissed off in Chicago is because they are crooked. And I don't care what you talking about the magistrates and then all that kind of stuff, them people is crooked. And they got a lot of dirt that they cannot hide. And when you got somebody like Jesse Smollett hiring high-power attorneys that get private investigators to go after you, they will make you drop charges, just like Trump is going after him with the FBI now. I don't know if y'all saw that.
But
So
the-
that's a
Right.
whole nother
And see-
situation, not that you was operating in improper institution for years. We're talking about, and it's documented, you know, that how crooked Chicago PD
Well,
is.
you know, well, not even Chicago PD, Chicago politics. You know,
Right.
you know the motto: vote early and vote often.
Often.
And
Right,
that's in
right,
Chicago.
Right.
You know, they
right.
don't call it the shop for nothing. They ain't short for
There we go.
Chicago. It's short for shitty.
There we go,
I mean, I know
yeah.
Chicago though.
Thank you
Don't
so
get
much.
me wrong.
71%.
Well, can I read it first?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
You want me to read it first?
No, go ahead.
This is the poll question, everybody. Poll
Read
question.
them.
Here of Chicago. I think you and I voted no.
I voted no.
I mean, you and I voted no. I don't think they owe them no apology. I don't think they owe them an apology because they're doing their jobs.
I think it's a wash. I think
Yeah,
y'all should
they're
let
doing
it
their
go.
jobs.
Cause the last time I heard, how many folk were killed on that day? Catch some of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Leave Smollett alone.
Right.
So
right.
he got beat up by his African friend. So the hell what? Let it go.
Right. Absolutely.
That's my take on
And
it.
then I just, like I said, I mean, I was just, when I saw the charge drop, I said, okay. I said, all right, who we got info on? What went down?
No, a lot of people were upset. And you know what I said? Okay, so white man 600,421. Black man 1.
One. Right, that's what I said, Mo. And you know what, and this was my thing, like, you know, people was talking about, he's been vindicated. No, he was not vindicated. Because this thing go to trial. No, the charges will drop because some went on behind the
And
scenes.
expunged.
And expunged.
Actually, that's two. Yeah, I remember OJ, even though we don't claim him no more.
Well, he never blamed us, but you know, that's why OJ got off. Because he had those 12 black jurors,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Excuse
majority
me.
women black jurors. And they were like, you know what, we're going to make this even, Steven.
Didn't he have, who was his lawyer? Johnny Cochran, right?
Yep.
That's one thing, Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran and Rod Kardashian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, just,
I know he twirling over in his grave with his horse ass children.
you, really?
Ain't no
Did you
allegedly
really have
on
to go
that.
there?
Ain't no allegedly on that. I can't stand all of them tricks and the mama.
Does Mo need therapy? Does Mo need therapy? We're gonna see what the A-Boss says. Does Mo need therapy? It
Every day.
says, most likely. Most likely. Yeah, so Jesse Smollett, you know, like I said, a lot of people said that they should issue him an apology. My thing is, why issue him an apology? I mean, what are you apologizing for? You know, I happen to agree.
For being a bad liar.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
That's
why would they issue an apology to him?
Here's the funny part, though. When you post bail and you are declared innocent, or there is a mistrial, your bail
Hey everyone,
money is
my
returned
name's Lindsay,
to you.
and I work here at YouTube. Whether you're new to the site
Well,
or
Lindsay's
just starting to
talking to us.
Well,
upload,
Lindsay,
let's cover what video
I
privacy
don't know.
settings mean for
So
upload.
apparently we got issues with
Let's start
YouTube,
with
but
public videos.
whatever.
These can be seen,
But
like
there is
anyone
something
visiting YouTube.
interesting that
They'll
happens
also
when
show up
you
in
get
search
bail
results.
and
Here's a tip. If you want
you're
more people
found
to find your
innocent,
videos,
charges dismissed,
share the
case
ad
dropped.
captions.
You get
Right.
your bail money
All right,
back.
on to us.
Right.
He
Right.
forfeited his
Show up
bail
on
money.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Now,
Anyone with the
I don't
link
care
will
how
see
much you balling.
They also won't show up.
$10,000.
$10,000 is a lot to
And
come up
finally,
off of.
we have
And then on
private
top of that,
videos.
you did
These
like
can only be
a whole
seen
bunch
by
of community
people
service in
others
2 days.
choose.
Nah.
That's
So-
what they were saying, you know, he should
Something
use some
funny
kind of
about it.
community
You know,
service.
$10,000
effort.
fine is just 10%. 10% of
No,
No, his bond was 100,000.
His bond was
bro.
100,000.
Just click the
And
drop-down
he
menu
paid
next to
10.
the
He
video
paid 10.
to edit
10,000
and
ain't much
choose
for them.
Info and
No,
settings.
Mo, that's the thing, you know,
Here,
but
you
I
can
don't
upload
think that
your
was an apology, Mo.
And that's
Did
it.
you think that they
Be
may
sure
have
to
owed him an
subscribe for
apology?
more
Okay, first of all, I didn't know who the hell he was. I'm just letting you know. I didn't know who it was.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I was like, oh, okay. I know Taraji and I know Terrence Howard. Is that his name?
Well, you know, Jesse Smollett is the brother of the girl who played on East Bayou.
Okay.
The redhead. What's her name? Smollett. What is her first name?
Only had
I
one
can't think
job.
her name.
Only had that one
Jessica,
She
job.
played-
Julie,
She played
Jennifer.
she
Only had
played
that one
on
job.
East Bayou, and she also played on Tyler Perry's A Wedding Counselor, a marriage counselor. Remember, she was the young lady that was the married.
Her name is Jergy.
Yeah, Jergy Smollett. And she played the young lady who was the actual girl who was, you know, innocent or whatever the case is. She was, whatever she was
Yeah, I
doing,
don't-
she's married and all this kind of stuff,
I
and
don't
she
know them
messing with
people.
the
I
other
don't
dude.
know them people.
So the thing is that, you know, she's been acting for a long time. And of course, when Jesse Smollett came on, I didn't really pay attention at first, to even see if that was her brother or not up until he got, you know, in trouble with her. I didn't even know that was her brother. I'm
Look,
trying
I
to
didn't
figure
know there
out,
was like 10 of them.
I'm trying to figure
They like the
out,
Jacksons.
you know,
Yep.
It'll be better than
if they should apologize to him, you know.
I-
If the
honestly-
charges get dropped, would
Honestly,
you even care?
I don't
If the
care.
charges got dropped,
If
right?
they got dropped, if he went to jail, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. It's funny because what I see happening in Chicago is the same thing I see happening with Trump. So the Mueller report has been issued. Now he's in power. He
Okay.
got his attorney general that he put in place that is not releasing the Mueller report and
Yeah.
has to review it. And then Trump says, "Oh well, I want to review it before you release it to Congress." Bill Clinton didn't have that same access.
Right.
Yeah.
Richard Nixon didn't have that same access. You have precedent. What happens is when people in power are put in their own situation that they created, they want to throw a hissy fit, and then the rules change. Or if they
Yeah.
figure out that, hey, the people I've been trying to suppress or oppress have learned the game, now
Now I
they
gotta
switch
switch it
up.
up.
So now I gotta change the
Gotta
rules
change
again
the
to keep
rules.
me empowered and to keep me feeling good.
And see,
Yeah.
that's exactly why, you know, with this Mueller information, whatever case it is, you know, he has a high right now saying that, you know, he's been vindicated, but really it left suspicion
Right.
because Mueller it wasn't the kind, you know, of guy that was just gonna go through his findings, you know, without being thorough or
Mhm.
whatever. He was going to go into it, leave something open, kind of like what the Obama administration did with Trump, and that's why, you know, Trump was so pissed off with Obama because they was like, look, y'all need to look into this on our way out the door.
Yeah.
You need to look into this, you know, I'm trying to tell you something, you know, see what's going on with
And
this.
here's the thing, if anybody knows anything about Robert Mueller, and you do your research on this man, he is one thing everybody can say about him consistently, he is very, very thorough. There's another part to it. The Department of Justice has a precedent set in place that you cannot indict a sitting president.
Yeah, yeah,
And even in the 4-page summary, William Barr said it does not vindicate him, nor does it find him guilty.
right,
However,
right,
you do a report on a man for 2 years, you do an investigation on him and his team, and you have 55 charges,
right,
13, 14 people in his immediate camp
Right.
were
mhm,
charged,
Charge.
spending time in jail,
right.
and you don't think he knew about this? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
That's
You
why-
gotta be able to read between the lines. You have to use your head and think about this because there's more to the story than actually is going to get exposed.
And not
And
only
money
that,
hides stuff.
and you have to look at his history.
Yes.
He is a crook. We elected a crook. And I say we loosely because I damn sure did.
They sure did.
And this is why they have put a motion in Congress right now to abolish the Electoral College.
They need
However,
to. It needs to be.
However, to abolish the Electoral College, because it is in the Constitution, you have to have
3/4.
3/4 majority. And Republicans do not want to do that. Why?
Of course
You look
not.
at the last Republican presidents, starting with Bush, they did not win the popular vote.
Right.
Right.
This
Right.
is why some states are putting into play, hey, whoever wins the popular vote,
Is the one who gets the electoral.
college votes.
Right.
And that's what they're doing. This circumvents that because then you have to have the elect. And I didn't know that the electoral college was. Bless you. I didn't know the electoral college was part of the Constitution. Again,
Mhm.
you get little bits and tidbits. Go
Bless you.
research it.
Uh-oh.
Man, you all right,
I'll
Mo?
be back.
Mo,
I
Allergies.
I tried.
Y'all, Texas ain't no joke when it comes to allergies. If
Let's go
y'all ain't
break.
never been
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna go to break real quick and
Let's
we'll
go
be
break.
back. What we listening to, Q?
All right, so real quick on our break, we're gonna be listening to All Black Party by I Gazelle or AHA Gazelle. I'm going aha. And then Black Girl Magic by Chi Lingo. I like this song. It was kind of cool, whatever the case is. And so y'all take a listen with us with the music. We're gonna take a 6-minute break and we'll be right back after these songs.
So YouTube, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what it is. I'm having issues.
Okay.
Get out the way. Get out the way. Cause I really gotta take a break.
Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with YouTube.
I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Well, on my Facebook page, I can't.
And now it's back live. Now it's back working. I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. So YouTube, apologize. I don't know. But hey, guess what, YouTube? That's the great part. You follow us on YouTube, Facebook. We have technical difficulties. Not a problem. You can always get the show. So make sure you follow us on Facebook as well. Because I know if you're surfing on YouTube watching us, I know you got a Facebook page.
Right. I don't know. See, her phone and my phone is doing it. See,
Yeah.
I told you I thought it was something wrong with it, but
No,
it's not.
it's not. It's just that's just the way it is. I don't know what it is, but the actual camera, it actually picks up everybody. Because I always go back and watch it, and it actually picks up the entire
Who
thing.
watching? Let me see who watching. I'm
Yeah, who watching? Who watching?
All right. Let's see.
TC watching. What's up,
Oh,
TC?
wow. Oh, man, it's a whole lot of y'all. Real quick. I'm sorry I'm out in y'all face, man. What's up? Let me see if I can go through and start waving at some of y'all. That's a whole lot. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let's see. PG Prince Hall, thanks for watching. Cute Darling, thanks for watching. Jasmine, thanks for watching. Anthony McCullough, man, thanks for joining in. We appreciate it. Anthony Smith, what's up, doctor? Miss Mary, hey there.
Yeah, Miss Mary, you always, hey, you our #1 fan for real.
TJ Savoy, A.W. Washington, what's going on? What's going on? Nicole Dion, Becky with the good hair, what's up? Jared, what's up, brother? How you doing? Mo, she's watching with us. Miss Sunshine's watching with us. Philip Hobbs, what's up, brother? Lauren Marie Withrow, what's up? What's up? Hey, Lady P, Patrice from the Nasty Natty, Tammy Hayes, Ty Capri from H-Town is on. Mike is on. What's going on? Dwaylen's on. Miss Lucky's on. Curtis Gatewood, thanks for watching. T.I. Bankhead, thank you for watching. What's up, Miss Sunshine? Miss April Benet Sunshine's watching with us. What's up, Damon? How you doing, man? Juan Gonzalez, what's going on?
Hey, you know what?
Juice is on.
TC, hey, bruh, you need to holler at me.
Miss Chandra Hall, thank you for joining. We appreciate you. TC, we spoke to you earlier. Miss Sandra Turner, hey there. How y'all doing? We're still talking about money, power, and color. As y'all do know, the good times thing is over. Nobody won. So I'm gonna throw up another trivia question later on in the week to see if y'all can win this gift card. I don't know if y'all want to win this gift card. Black Jackson, what's up? My best friend, Kia's on. C. Marlo Eccles, what's up? Yolanda Walter, what's up? Rodney Mosley, what up? What it do? Danielle Liggins, hey there. What's up, Dre? How you doing, brother? Come on back to the show when you can. Dwight, what's up, brother? How you doing? What's up, Tony? So up next, we're gonna be continuing Money, Power, and Color. We're gonna be talking about a couple more things real quick. My boy Hendrix is gonna lead the segment. Make sure you share this broadcast. Make sure you give us some likes, some hearts, some wild faces, and some laughs. We'll see y'all in a minute. Let me get up because E-Bone's breaking.
And hopefully you laughing with us, not at us. Yeah.
Well,
What happened to the, did I eat that Laffy Taffy already?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I need to put some money on my meter. Hey, Cherish, how you doing? Thank y'all. I'm on my watch party. I didn't even think about jumping on my watch party to see who's watching. I just raced all my people. What's up, Shantae? How you doing, darling? Thanks for jumping on, watching my watch party.
I had a bad dream the other night.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have to
What's
do
up,
this
Doc?
thing called the shoot in football.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first came over to Kimball, sophomore, TC lit me up. I had a flashback.
Wow.
That's why I said TC. 20 some odd years later, I got you. But I appreciate him doing this though.
Well, I think you made me let that go. You know how big TC is.
No. It was a dream, but it just helped me remember that, like him, Jerry Shaw, Jason Jones.
Jog
Yeah,
his memory.
yeah.
Yeah, they used to light us up in that shoot. However, when we went up against another team, I ain't scared of you. Do you know what I have to go through in practice? I ain't worried about you.
See if you like this song.
So how you want me to do this?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about
Can you pull up the cause I'm doing the I'm still streaming to YouTube. I was gonna see if you could give me the
the articles.
yeah, the article.
Okay, let me pay my meter. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Pay my meter. 827-409. So next, everybody, we're gonna be
Hey,
talking about.
Jalen.
We're gonna be talking about mass suicide in the United States, and actually, this is National Suicide Month, the month of March, and so I'm trying to wait to pay my meter. The devil is over here in this thing. Try this again.
Look, I need.
Sustenance.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm tired.
You red. You been tanning again?
No.
Yeah, I know a bunch of Hollands got the
This is for
burrito
me,
today.
fo-
You hear me?
football. I know. Did you not see my message to him? I was like, you killing me, Smalls. You killing me.
How much you charging the burrito? $7?
I don't even know. 16, 10, 12, I don't know. They're just so good. And
I
I'm
thought they
hungry.
canceled it because of the rain.
Did they cancel
I
it?
didn't see anything about
I
that.
didn't think
I could have sworn. I don't use pens.
Oh, I don't have one on me. I have one in my bag. You want to throw me my bag? The red one. Oh, you got one? Okay.
I'm thinking I want it here.
Mo, you still write checks, don't you?
Uh-oh.
She ain't that old, is what you say. I don't know.
Oh, we.
That I am.
Cause I got two parking over there.
Oh.
And I want to zone. So I can't give up all this.
Oh, that's the number that you took a picture of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I can remember pick 3, pick 4.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I can remember 6 and 8.
Oh. Jalen said hello. My little sister.
Hello, Miss Jalen.
You know what? I need to take out the lunch one day.
Okay.
You're taking way too long on that.
Okay, stand by.
Okay, so this long number is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Miss Sunshine.
You're welcome. Look, I'm gonna post my little trick later. I got
Hey. Whoa. I'm a little loud.
Loud.
Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah,
loud.
I'm
My
loud.
bad.
Well,
Welcome back. Thank you
welcome
for
back.
joining us today.
Yes.
Make sure you like and
Are
love
you
and share.
okay?
Yeah,
What's
I
going
think-
on?
Right?
He
Yeah.
scared himself.
Yeah, I scared myself. So
You sure?
yeah, I didn't know I was that loud, bro. I'm sorry.
You know what? Both of y'all got on long sleeve textured shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's a little nippy outside.
yeah.
I'm getting
Look,
all my
I'm
bones.
hot
hurt.
as hell. I had to take mine on hot flashes
Hot flashes.
going through the change.
Oh, you only have to go through the change?
Sure.
No, that's not true.
Look, there's women in their 30s going through the change. Why can't I?
I just think you want to go through the change.
I
you know?
sure do.
I think you be wanting to go through change.
Look, I'm about to call this doctor up and say, you know what? I need you to remove this.
You know.
Okay.
I no longer require this equipment.
Alrighty then. And with that being said,
Wow.
we're gonna jump into mass suicide. Again,
Mass
this is
suicide, yeah.
this is Suicide Prevention Month, the month of March. And just a reminder, the suicide prevention hotline is 1-800-273-8255. And the reason we bring this up is that we've had a couple recent suicides here after post-traumatic events. There was a young boy that was being bullied, and the bully told him to go kill himself. And this was a 10-year-old now.
10-year-old.
10-year-old.
10 years old. Yeah.
This is in, I'm sorry, I don't remember the city. Can't find the city. But basically, you know, they said he never thought he'd go this far, and the little boy was being bullied, and the bully was telling him to kill himself over and over again, and he actually finally did it. Only in the 5th grade.
Wow.
Only
know-
in the 5th grade.
Wow. He's only 5th grade. He's 10 years old. Handsome little man too.
Mm-hmm.
Handsome little man. He that story kind of hit me. You know,
Yeah.
it hit me in the chest.
I
real
told
good.
you, yeah. Yeah.
It hit me in the chest for real that this baby would do that. This is ABC 13. This
Mhm.
is where is this at? I think this is somewhere close to home somewhere here. I'll find out where it's from. But this is a Cy-Fair.
Cy-Fair.
Mhm.
So right out northwest Houston area,
Yeah.
like on 290 where
Yeah.
you're hitting the PV.
Suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just you know, I'm not one for violence. I'm not. And this is where parents and teachers both have to come together to resolve these issues.
And we have to stop. You know, I know that this is hard, especially for parents.
Mm-hmm.
But as an uncle, you know, to you know my sister and brother's children, one thing that I try to continue to push on them as their parents is don't underestimate how smart they are.
Mm-hmm.
These babies know about suicide. If they know about guns, they know about suicide. If they know about sex, they know about, you know, taking pills. They know about smoking weed. They are around this. And we, as, you know, I'm not gonna go biblical too much today, but the Bible talks about, you know, that it takes a village to raise one. We not only have to be in a place where we're holding each other accountable for what we do in front of the children, but we also have to hold ourselves accountable for what we don't teach them and what they don't learn. Suicide, you know, is I can only imagine this little handsome little baby, you know, 10 years old, life is cut short and gone, you know, because somebody told him to go and kill himself. We don't know if, you know, what if he had issues at home or none of that kind of stuff, you know, but the best we can, you know, let's try to check on, you know, our people more, you know, not just the adults. Let's
That's the
check on the
children.
babies, you
Yeah.
know, let's do our best to do that, because that broke my heart, man, when I saw that story.
You know, and it goes back again, like you said, parents and schools need to come together
Yeah,
instead of fighting each other. You have so many out there, unfortunately, where the parents are, you know, not my baby.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Your children behave differently a lot of times outside of your eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
don't say not your baby. It very well could be your baby. And if you're hearing it from multiple sources, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And then teachers, quit fighting with the parents. Listen to them. Don't automatically just go, you are doing wrong, or your child,
And then
I'm sure there is a very diplomatic way to go about it.
And here's the other thing, as you know, it's on the parents, it's on the teachers. But here's the thing, and I think it's missed in this generation.
Overall communication,
Overall,
respect for each other,
overall communication. But what
respect for life.
what I was going to say was the fact that whether it's the bully or the person being bullied, especially in this situation, they're children.
Yeah.
You are an adult.
Right.
Right.
Oh, big.
Right.
You're an adult.
These are
We're
Granted.
kids.
trying to let the kids run the show. No.
They're
Granted,
children.
kids have valued feelings. Their emotions are very valid. However, I think it goes back into you have a bunch of soft-ass parents raising soft-ass kids.
Trying to negotiate.
Yeah, negotiate.
Trying to be friends.
Yeah, trying to be your child friend. You are a parent first.
Where do people get that from? Being your children's
Some
friend.
warped therapy.
Well, because now I'm gonna say this: the children nowadays are more in tune with their feelings because parents are more emotional now. Everything has to have a name. Everything has to have a title now. For example, let me give you an example. Back in the day, when we go outside, what was it called? We went and we had recess, or we was playing and chill.
Mhm.
Now they got to have outside time. They have to have pretend time. They got to have, everything's now categorized in life.
And again, it's soft as parent. There's nothing wrong with using psychology to help you. However, it is not the end all be all.
Right.
I'm sorry. You all see the interaction. Y'all saw the interaction with me and my father when we were at the tailgate.
Right.
However, I'm a grown ass man.
Right. Y'all are adults now.
Yeah.
But when I was a child, number one rule, my brothers and sisters will tell you this: do not disrespect mom.
Right.
That's the number one rule. Dad can work with you on a lot of things, and Pops is real cool. You disrespect mom, yeah, that's the end.
And so, that's the thing, nowadays, we could maybe handle that, but I have to be frank about something. I blame our generation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I do too.
we're in our 40s and 50s, and at this point in time, we are in the process of taking over the world, our age group. It's our turn,
Mhm.
You know what else?
you
have a lot of grandparents raising their children, like and interfering in the raising of their children. Because I have this, with my older children, where my parents, chastise me if I spanked my kids, or if I put them in the corner, because I tried everything at least once. But that's their grandbaby. Don't hit him. At one point, my parents hid the belt from me. And I was like, you know what? I don't understand this mess, because you whooped my butt.
And,
But you
So
know,
now all of a sudden
think-
it's
and
wrong.
we'll go back to the Bible, Q. Spare the rod, spoil the
Spoil
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And my
And now
mom.
both them grown ass children living with
You
y'all,
know what?
huh?
My
How?
mom does that. My mom doesn't get on her grandchildren like she got on us.
Mhm.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
So yeah, my mom didn't. She is very lenient with her grandchildren. The thing is that what we have to remember as adults is that the children look to us for guidance, no
Mhm.
matter what capacity in life. People say, well, you don't understand because you're not a dad, or you don't understand because you don't have your own kids. But you want people to be able to pour into your child in places that you can't, because let's face it, something went wrong in this baby's house.
Mhm.
And I'm not blaming his parents, but we have to put, things in perspective. Something went wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's not that they didn't try their best, So I feel like, and talking, we're gonna talk about this the guy with Sandy Hook. I'm gonna let you find an article for that. We have people like, what's his name, Kirstoff, St. James, St.
Mhm.
John. They played Neil Winters on The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
That man, high talent, man. We talking about this man, you know, was a heartthrob for many women for many, many years.
Mhm.
Right?
You know, he was known as the Neil Winters. And it didn't matter. You know, people saw him on the street, Neil Winters. You know, his son committed suicide, and then 2 years later, almost to the day, you know, he took his own life. So, you know, it's something that, you know, that people are not willing to dig into, because I believe in my heart of hearts, man, that if we continue to be nosy. I said this at a funeral one time, you know, and I was thanking the person. I said, you know what? I said, thank you for being nosy in my life, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a certain mentality if somebody stuck their nose in my business.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes we don't, so, you know, get on my business, you know, man, you don't know what you're talking about, man, stop talking to me, bro. You know, I got shit in my house. But the moment that somebody, you know, tries to reach out to you and let you know, hey, man, this is kind of what I see. Well, you ain't no mama, you know, Mo, you don't know nothing, Mo, because you didn't have your daughter.
That's what they
You,
always say.
you don't know
I
shit,
I
Mo.
don't know nothing about
You know what I'm
children.
saying? You don't know nothing. Reggie, you don't know nothing.
The hell, I got people that think I don't have children because of the way I
I
am.
mean, you don't know
No
nothing either.
holds barred.
You know, you don't know nothing.
But here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's and this is what I find so interesting, because it's not just children. You got like you said, you got the guy from Young and the Restless, and then you got the father from Sandy Hook that committed suicide as well.
Now, and you know what, bringing this up,
Mhm.
because he, after his child's loss, his daughter was killed,
Mhm.
he dedicated himself to basically, you know, activism against gun, you know, whatever.
Gun violence.
Sorry, thank you.
I got you.
Look, because I'm
We
talking
with
about suicide, I'm
with
going off.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be almost like a succession with, first it was the girl
Mhm.
in Florida who was a part of the, what is the Florida school down there?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry, y'all. The Florida school. Anyway, she was suffering with survivor's guilt.
Yep.
And everyone knew it, but, you know, they knew she was struggling, but I guess they thought she would overcome it eventually. And she took her life. As soon as she took her life, I think it was the next day, another survivor of the Florida killings shot himself. Or,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, he committed suicide, because I don't know how he
Right.
committed suicide. And then, in turn, the Sandy Hook parent killed
Mhm.
himself. And it's almost like, you know what, I feel like they came to their end of the rope where they just couldn't bear it anymore and felt that, you know, all hope was lost. I mean, you look at our society
Yeah,
and look at our head of the country,
but you know
and you
what?
wonder why,
but
you
you
know,
know what?
we feel hopeless.
I'm just gonna say this, and I hope I don't get any flack for this too much. But I honestly believe that this starts at home, y'all. You know, and I'm saying this because, you know, it's like, you know, somebody being gay, for example. Okay, let's say somebody,
That
you
doesn't
know,
start at home.
well,
No. What you was talking about, sweeping it up on the
Okay.
rug and ignoring it.
Okay.
because you know you've been cutting me off. So, I want you to hush.
Look,
So the thing is that, you know, when you, let's say that, you know, you were gay, right? And let's just say, you know, you were at home and, you know, you don't want nobody to know about this, you know, and you start to trip in your mind that the way that people around you behave toward other gays, you know, or towards anything that a person would feel or know. And it's like, okay, well, why would I come out to something like that? And then you have society, like you said, with school, you know, for example, some people are bullied now. Now the dudes at the K that was out and flaming, like Miss Chris and Chris, them, and all this kind, then nobody mess with them. Nobody mess with them because they kick your ass, you know, so then nobody bother them. But then you have these babies, you know, that, you know, we teach violence is wrong, and, you know, don't put your hand on nobody and put their hand on you.
oh no, we
And-
both gonna have rainy days and black eyes.
Right.
Right.
And so now, you know, we as a people we do not talk about this kind of stuff at home. We don't make the atmosphere conducive to a child when they are growing up to have these conversations. Like if Mallory
I
ever,
told you once, I done told you about this. We done talked about this. Now I done took my glasses off again.
well, I'm telling you,
Look, this is what
We don't
listen,
have these
I
conversations
told
at
you
home,
this time
though.
and time again. I'm telling you, when you have that, first of all, when your mama is 15 years older than you, you don't have any life experiences to bring to raising someone else, a child. Someone else's child, your child, no child, because you're still a child. One. Two, you bring it in a stressful, money burden household, other situations. They just don't have the bandwidth to deal with that. I done told you.
Here's the
And
thing.
it's just not me being old fashioned. It's time and time again. You see the test scores going down. You see they can't read. You see people put them in front of television, hoping that they just be quiet because they working on their third job. I mean, it's so much with society. And I'm telling you, it's about the family unit.
No,
And if
let me-
your family unit is fractured from the beginning,
I'm gonna tell you like this, Mo. Depression does not care about your family unit.
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Depression, if you don't have a strong unit,
well, Mo, I'm
But
not
don't
to
speak
disagree
for
with
me.
that, Mo.
No, I'm
Well, Mo.
no, hold on, Q. I got this one.
no.
No, I got this one.
Okay.
Would you agree that my family unit is strong?
Yes.
Explain to me how I suffer from depression.
Because depression is twofold. As you know, depression can be what? What?
Mental?
No,
Chemical
mental,
and
chemical,
Okay.
and environmental.
Right.
I'm discussing the environmental issues with these women and sometimes men who are single parents who just have too much stress brought upon them.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's what I'm
So,
thinking.
so this gentleman, this father in Sandy
Yeah.
Hood,
Yeah.
he was father,
Yeah.
husband.
hmm
He committed suicide. Explain.
He had 2 other children
Mm-hmm.
and then himself. But you know, he stopped working. He started doing his own nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him their office and everything, but it was too much.
And guess what? Guess what? All these things have in common with the child being bullied. It to me, and I understand it's numbers.
Yeah.
I will give you numbers do work in your favor for part of the argument,
Right.
and I will agree with you.
It's environmental. Some can be
True.
environmental.
It can
right.
be chemical. It can
Right.
be environmental.
Yeah.
I agree with you. However, the end all be all is not always the family unit. It's not. I know people that have come from single parent homes
And then 2-parent
and
homes.
2-parent homes
Yeah.
that suffer from depression. I know people. Well, I've known people because they passed away
Mhm.
that came from a strong 2-family home where the dad worked,
Mhm.
the mom stayed at home.
Yeah.
Stereotypical great life family.
I would love that.
And guess what? That child still committed suicide.
So,
I mean,
so can we
Robin
say?
Williams.
So let me.
Yeah.
In spades.
So let me say.
But
So
they
let me
weren't
ask this then, Mo.
If you, any comedian is not a happy person.
Well, but I'm just saying.
That's
Yeah.
You know,
all
it has.
comedians are
It's
messed up.
there's no
No silver bullet.
All celebrities.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's really no. It doesn't discriminate
Right.
No,
against anything like alcoholism or whatever. You know,
And-
any
and see,
disease.
Yeah, that might be genetic. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
that.
any
Especially
disease.
alcohol.
Yeah.
I know we have alcoholism in our family. I got it on both sides, so I don't even drink. You know
So
why?
that explains what's wrong with you.
Because if there's one person, I am the only person who
You
could
may need a
probably
drink.
take that one drink and then become an alcoholic. See, that's me. That's me. If it's gonna happen, it'll happen to me. Lightning, 100,000 to 1. Oh, okay. Don't walk with Mo, because she's gonna get.
She's gonna be that
Yeah,
one.
she
She's
gonna
gonna
be
be that one.
And see, and this the other thing that I have,
Shoot.
the other thing that we have to learn how to do, especially in the black community, we have to allow our kids. It's one thing you don't want to coddle your kids. You don't want to make them soft. However, your child should always be able to talk to you, because I'm gonna tell you right now, my mom. I outgrew my mom in like the 6th grade. I've been talking to my mom since like the 6th grade.
Right.
My mom lays the hammer down.
Yeah. And she
However,
should. She should.
if there's something bothering me,
Yeah.
I can talk to her. this is what we have to, and it doesn't matter if you're in a single parent home. What you have to do is allow your kids to be able to express themselves. And where we have to, as parental units and as a family unit, what we have to learn how to do is, number one, not make fun of the child.
Right.
Number two, teach them coping mechanisms, not to sweep it under the rug and to bury it, but how to deal with these issues.
But you know why a lot of them don't know how to deal with the issues?
They were never taught.
They were never taught, but depression also can be cyclical or inherited. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people whose parents have been gone
Yeah.
through
Depression.
manic depressives.
And again, and that's part of the environment and the chemical. So you got the chemical and the environment
And you got,
playing together.
Yeah, it-
However, that can impact in any whatever, no matter what the household makeup is, that can happen. What we have to do now is, as we're evolving as a people, and as Q said, our age group is now starting to take over. We have to not only use the old school methods that were taught. However, we have to build on them and adapt to the newer
But see,
generation.
that's Q's people. Those people in that little pulpit thing.
Mhm.
Them are the ones who have to say, okay, now my pastor, Pastor Ralph Douglas West, pastor founder of Brook Hollow Baptist Church.
The church with no walls.
5725 Queenston in Houston.
Yes.
Let me tell you what he says. If you need to talk to somebody professionally, go.
Mhm.
Go talk to them.
Let me ask you
If
this.
you need a counselor, go. Get counsel.
Well,
And
Go to a
guess
psychiatrist.
what the biggest stigma in the black community is?
What? Getting help?
Getting help. Psychiatrists. It's
So,
a huge stigma.
I was minding my own business, and I needed a psychiatrist because after my mom, my daddy died 5 days after we buried my mom. Anyway,
Right.
so I called a psychiatrist up and said, I need help because this is what's wrong with me. I did this. This is what's wrong with me. And then I said, so how long would it take? How long will it take me to get all this fixed? He said, first of all, ain't nothing wrong with you,
Mhm.
and I had good insurance.
Mhm.
He said, second of all, you just gonna have to wait. You gonna have to, let it run its course.
And guess what?
No,
If you-
nobody want to hear that. I need to go sit on somebody's couch and tell them what's
But
going on.
Mo, I guarantee you this.
As part of your grieving process?
As number one, you have
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gone. No, you
Okay.
go through your grieving process. Number two, I guarantee you, because we just covered in the show earlier today about code switching.
Right.
Mo don't code switch. So if you talk to that psychiatrist like you talk to us every day,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he
That's
was
why he
like,
didn't want me there. Okay.
no, not only. It's not that he didn't want you there. He or she understood the type of person you were. And they was like, okay, you're gonna go through your grieving process. You're gonna have ups and downs, but all in all, you're okay. That reassurance that you got, it may not have seemed huge, but that little piece of reassurance, no, you're okay.
There wasn't no reassurance. I needed to sit on somebody's couch.
They didn't want her down. They didn't want her down.
Well, hell, half the time we don't want to hear you.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
That is why I come later.
But you know what?
Why you didn't tell them these nuts? Why I'm on one of these
But you know what? But no, hold up.
Because I'm a better person.
You know what? But you know what? I say that, but I say it. Number one, I say it lovingly. However, this is a perfect example of what I call a family unit.
Right.
Because we can rip each other to shreds, and you know good and well, I didn't mean that.
No.
But
That's what I'm trying to tell. And see, this is what them people in the pulpit, these people, them ordained ministers, they got to get together and start saying it's okay to go to a psychiatrist. First of all, y'all,
Absolutely.
all of y'all need
Yeah.
together. All of y'all, Church of God in Christ, y'all people who don't
Baptist.
have the music when you sing.
That's
the
Church of Christ.
same thing. The people who have the music when they sing. The
Baptist, Methodist.
the Baptists who stay in there all day. The Baptists who got the church fund for freaking 20 years. Shit, they could have bought
Building
3
fund.
buildings.
You still ain't got no building?
Still ain't fixed that roof.
You talk to your people, ordained minister. Talk to your people.
And-
Tell them that they need one Sunday. We don't want it to be the first Sunday because that'll mess up they
Communion.
change. No, ain't no. You know what it is.
My
First Sunday is
day.
when they get their money.
Yeah,
No,
So-
first Sunday's communion.
communion. But
But
first,
But that's the most heavily populated day too.
But that's why you
Yeah.
got, because you got to go to communion so you can
Yeah.
pay your tithes.
tithes.
Yeah, time. So that's what it's the
Yeah.
money. So I just want y'all to have one Sunday, just a year, and when y'all talk about psychiatrists versus psychologists versus getting
Mom.
help and where you can get
Mom.
help. All your people, talk to
Mom.
them. Don't y'all have a
Mom.
Facebook page, all the preachers?
Mom, okay.
Oh, y'all
Now
do.
I'm fixing to break something down for you, just in nanoseconds too, because I'm gonna prove that you're wrong today.
Oh, all the
is
preachers
that-
don't have a Facebook page when y'all
The
talk.
thing is that you just got through talking about how, you know, the family dynamic, you got 15-year-old girls and blah, 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 blah. You gotta think about that same thing with preachers. Preachers, first of all, don't want their people to have the education because they want their people to come to them so they can continue to get a screwed up mentality of doing certain things.
You
So they
want them to
keep
be
that money
stupid?
coming in.
No, he's saying it.
No.
No.
You said
I'm
tell
wrong.
people in the pulpit.
Ignorance is bliss,
Mm-hmm.
and ignorance breeds a certain
Absolutely.
mentality
Right.
in
If
which
you
you
don't
can
know,
control your flock.
And then not only that, but then some people are
Sheeple.
willingly ignorant, because I know pastors that refuse to go to seminary school to learn the administration piece of your church, to
Mhm.
understand
Oh, my.
the how taxes work and why you should be issuing statements to your church at the end of the year so they can file on their taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they don't want to understand, to know that your tithes and your offerings should be going in separate places, and the tithes should be, well, in my generation,
Right.
you should be, your tithes should go strictly to the church and not in the pastor's pocket, but that's
Right.
a whole different story.
There
We
you
won't do that. But you got all these different things, and it's not just the money. Let's talk about the mental aspect. Like where I come from, there were Christian counselors. We had a
Right.
licensed counselor
Yeah.
come in. They taught us, and we counseled them.
Right.
Okay,
A
so
lot
that
of
was
schools don't have counselors these
schools
days.
that
A lot of schools lack
those
counselors.
kind of things. And then of course, if the church is large enough, they have the funding to do that.
Right.
But churches, just like our homes,
Mm-hmm.
what do we say? Stay out of my business. We'll go in my house. Stay in my house.
Mhm.
That's where pastors off their churches. That's why they have their own in-house counselors. That's why they counsel their own people. That's why they have the husband and wife and say, hey, listen, y'all come on, get your marriage counseling. Instead of saying, no, man, I have a friend that's a therapist, or I have a colleague that's a therapist, to say, listen, y'all go and talk to this man about y'all marriage, because at the end of the day, I should be concerned with not just your well-being as your marriage, but your spiritual well-being for y'all being together.
Right.
What if y'all marry y'all and y'all not even compatible? See, we don't think like that, Mo. So I agree with you. But it's the same thing you have to think about the church. A pastor is the head of his home at his church.
Mhm.
And if the pastor and the wife, if their marriage is messed up, or if they got things going on, or if they're a part of the mess that's going on, it's going to trickle down into the church.
Mhm.
Especially the smaller churches where you got people all in your business, they trying to marry you off. People like you trying to marry the pastor off, and he brand new pastor just got his license yesterday.
So again, you
So
see,
that's-
you
so
see the head of the country
so-
over here and everything trickling down.
And so the thing
Trickling
is, like,
down.
so you have to kind of keep it in mind, like, first of all, I wouldn't trust no pastor that has not been licensed and ordained longer than 10, 15 years.
Mm.
I would not trust you with my life to save cow piss from going down the drain tomorrow.
Mm.
I'm just saying. People, they run and they get with these churches and stuff. You get your license and all this kind of stuff, but you don't go through nothing. When I was coming up, we had to go to the street corners, talk to those prostitutes, pray with those people. We went to the nursing homes. We went to the hospitals. We went door to door. I drove the church van for 2 years, learning how to work with these old ass women sometime when they get on your nerve because they want to get to the church, but then they get mad at you when you say, no, we stand all day, both services. Now I got to go home because my beans on. We'll call your son and tell him to cut them off. You're going to be at church. We're not doing that no more,
Right.
And so what I'm saying is it's a whole process of wanting to know about God's people and wanting to know about their well-being, their health. People who had diseases, Mo, HIV, we had to work with people like that to learn my first zone pastoral assignment was was with my pastor. I had to officiate a funeral of a newborn twin.
Mm.
I had never been in a situation like that before, but it was necessary for me to understand these are the emotions of people. This is how people work, and this is how you can use God to help them in this time, not bleeding dry
Right.
with the money.
Right.
And here's
You
the
see
other
what I'm
thing.
saying?
And Q, I'm glad you brought it up. Because, Mo, do you know how long it takes for you to become an expert at something?
No.
50,000 hours.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
It takes 50,000 hours. I will tell you this.
How many years is
You got a calculator right there.
Okay, let me do
Oh,
I will tell, and the only reason I know this is the only reason I know this because growing up, you know, I played trombone, baritone too. Started in like 5th, 6th grade. My instructor, and I had a private tutor for playing the trombone, and he told me, he's like, you got a good ear. However, your good ear gonna only take you so far. You gotta practice. You gotta
Yeah,
practice.
yeah.
The next day, I'm in middle school. Coach, dude, you got all the speed in the world. But guess what? You can't run from every tackle. You're not gonna be the fastest one. You have to put in the work. And even after 20 years in my career, I'm still learning.
because it's forever
Yeah.
changing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I can say, and the one thing, and I can only speak for myself, is that I've learned quite a bit. And this
Right.
goes from business, personal, spiritual. As you become older and you become a leader, you have to bring along the generation behind you. You
Right.
have to teach them. You have to explain things to them. Now, granted, some people gotta bump their head.
A
And
few times.
they gotta bump their head a few times. However, in your role as a leader should always be, hey, who have I reached out to?
Right.
Who have I brought along to replace me?
Right.
Because
Right.
you know, as I'm a leader of my team, so you know, I got my entire department, right? I tell all of my supervisors, between y'all, in 18 months, you should be able to do my job.
Right.
I should be able to
Right.
step away.
Right.
You should be able to run my job. And I tell them that same expectation I have of you, the leads, they need to pass it down and it should go all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
However, that frees up my time so I can learn from those above me. And then they see it in action. So not only do you have to speak it, you have to walk it. And this is one of the things that I keep telling people. If you have a job, you have something called EAP. It's mandated by the federal government.
What does EAP stand for?
EAP is an Employee Assistance Program. You have to have this.
Right.
Most people don't know about it.
Right.
You go to your HR department. Your HR department don't have to know nothing about what you got going on. All you gotta say is, I need the number for EAP.
That's right.
That's all you have to do. And EAP, whatever you need, whether it's drug addiction, whether it's depression, whether it's sexual assault, whether it's violent crime, whatever it is, you can at least get some direction. But what we have to get out of is, number one, you cannot be ashamed.
Right. Right.
Your pride would be the death of you every single time. You cannot be ashamed.
Right.
Because no matter what you're going through, you're not the first, and you
know.
definitely won't be the last. So understand somebody else has gone through it. The other thing you have to understand is when you go to these situations and you get in these situations, again, look at it from, I have to learn. Not only for me, but for those that come after me.
Right. Right.
Because I think
Right.
that's it's okay, because I understand, and when we get caught up, especially in the black community, and I can only speak to the black community because hell, I only been black all my life. I don't know the details of another race and how they do things. But what I can tell you is that what we have is, like back in the 40s and 50s, you had to do things a certain way if you were black.
Right.
70s and 80s, it changed a little bit. You had to do it this way. 90s, 2000s, it changed up again. However, we cannot forget what those old school people taught us.
Right.
However,
Yeah.
we cannot make the next generation do it exactly the same way we did it, because that doesn't work. I know we joke and tease people about not being able to use the Dewey Decimal System.
Right,
However, they got a damn computer in their pocket half the time.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, whereas, you know, I was probably one of the few people at the K that had a computer at home. Hell, I've had a computer at home since the 2nd grade.
Commodore 64, that was the
What?
first computer.
You didn't know? I learned how to code and everything. However, what we did, we have to adapt. And if you do not adapt, the day you stop learning and
It's the
growing,
day you die.
you start to die.
Die,
You know
you
that?
die.
You
You
start to
die.
Let's go ahead and go to break, Rick,
Okay.
because we're a little bit over.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was on the
Look,
break, man.
we
My bad.
passionate about
Miss,
this.
Miss Sunshine gonna take us a break, and when we come back, I'm gonna tell Mo why she's wrong about her
Oh my
Facebook
gosh.
post.
Go again.
Because she's wrong. You know,
Again.
she's definitely wrong. And I'm gonna prove that she is an oxymoron and confused and confused.
All right, so we're gonna go to break with
Huh?
Skittles and Iced Tea by Hostile Gospel and
Ooh.
John Gibbs.
That's host
Gibbs,
style.
Hostile, whatever.
Host style. Yes.
And Black Man in a White World by
Mm.
Michael Kiwanuka.
Kiwanuku.
Look, I'm sorry. I just learned how to say Jesse Iwuji.
We'll be right back.
I don't know what in the world is going on with YouTube today. It's tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the world is tripping. The world is tripping, y'all. And I'm tired of following. I'm just gonna lay on the ground.
How much
Okay.
that burrito cost over there across the street?
Look, I don't know.
Was it?
Hey, you got
Jesse.
any change? I can't do this thing. I didn't know I needed my damn driver's license. What you call
Need the
it?
license plate
The
number.
license plate.
You don't know your license plate?
Girl, no.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I do know it's 7623 because that's the last four digits because you know I play that. But the
Oh.
first three numbers, the letters, thank you, baby.
I know.
Let's see who's on Facebook real quick.
Look, I can't see everybody who's on Facebook. So, hi everybody. What's
Hey,
up?
everybody, what's
See,
up?
TC laughing at me. He understood where I was coming from.
Hey, Shanice, Patrice, what's going on? I say
Is it Shanice or Patrice?
Both.
Patrice, and I didn't say you were moron. I said you are
Oxymoron.
It's
oxymoron.
oxymoronic.
Oxymoronic.
Did you want to go take this downstairs to my car?
I do not.
Look,
I was nice last week.
And then show me.
Okay.
I was nice last week. Okay.
look, we all tired, grumpy.
You know what? This is my thing.
Okay, y'all get together and take a picture of y'all. We gotta try to start getting more pictures in the studio. Okay, that's gonna be a nice picture.
Now,
You sure? Do we need
Uh-huh.
to? Where
That's
my
gonna be a,
stomach?
oh, you
My
got a
stomach?
Captain Marvel. Did you go see Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
You did?
It's alright. It's
Yeah.
alright.
So we have a
All
family
right.
tradition
Mm-hmm.
when Marvel movies drop.
Oh,
We
wow.
go as
Look, I was that way with
Indeed.
Harry Potter.
What's going on, everybody?
Look,
Hey,
school got
hey,
mad
big
at me because I
cuz.
took my kids out of school to go take them to see Harry Potter. I'm like, please, you know I work nights. I don't see my kids very often. We going to the movies during the day. Hell, we got people taking their kids out of school for weeks at a time on vacation. I ain't doing that. I'm taking them out for one freaking day.
you
Y'all, I'm
And
sorry
I-
if you come
and I'll
on.
be waiting until
It's
after.
gonna, I'm just giving
they
the option to
counted
tag you, and so
presents.
we do tag you. So I hope y'all don't get mad at that.
Look,
But hey,
okay.
guys, thank you so much for
So
watching.
mad.
Make sure that you guys
Look.
forward this and share and all this kind of stuff. Give us some hearts and likes and all this kind of stuff. We appreciate you. We're gonna be back with you in about 4 minutes. Somebody say, "What's up, Reg?" Somebody said, "That's Joey."
who?
Joey?
Jack
Oh,
Joey.
Joey and Jackie.
JJ?
Yeah,
Joey
Joey
and
and
Jackie.
Jackie. Yeah, those my peoples from Clovis, New Mexico. Yeah.
Love New Mexico.
Well, they live in Waco now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
then.
they made me feel at home.
Have y'all been to the Mennonite community down there in Waco? I love that place. That place is so fun.
Knowing them, ain't no telling what they up to.
I gotta put my glasses up. They're so shiny. Okay.
Look, do I need to take mine off too? Oh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Quick snaps.
So, they actually took me in because they knew I was down there by myself. They kind of showed me around. They helped me out. Introduced me to a whole bunch of people.
Mhm.
Started
Nice.
playing softball. Actually, how I got started with semi-pro football. So, yeah, those my people. They good people.
Good.
Now they crazy, but then again, it may be why I like them so much.
Right? I like crazy. I like
Yeah.
crazy, no crazy.
Yeah.
So once again, suicide prevention hotline,
Absolutely.
1-800-273-8255. You know, I know as a person who struggles, sometimes you don't want to reach out,
know what? And I got friends that call and check
Reach
on
out
me.
to somebody.
And even though I don't answer the phone, they still call. Cause I get in my modes.
You and me both. Will you toss me my water bottle? Oh, look at you. What, who you?
That's a mischievous. What you need me
I
to ask
know.
you?
My water bottle, my water cup, my
I don't have nothing.
my
I started to
mug,
stop
my-
and give me something to drink. I was like, I'm already late.
Look, I didn't bring no snacks, I didn't bring no drinks, but my water. I'm trying to be good, but really I'm just tired and lazy. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, and I gotta work tonight too. I don't work nights, y'all. I don't work nights. But this paid me, so I'm gonna work for her.
Well, how long you gotta go in?
It's just 5 hours, 5.5 hours, 6 hours, something like that. 6 to 11:30, whatever. I don't even know. I gotta be there at 6 o'clock. Look, I can handle part-time. I can handle part-time.
I don't know what's going on with YouTube. The feed is actually streaming, but I don't know why it's not broadcasting. I don't know.
I like this song.
I like the fact that we switch up the music, man.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. April. What's April 6th? So we start April next month and stuff.
April. Shoot, starts on Monday. April Fool's Day. Happy April Fool's Day to my mother.
What you mean Happy April Fool's Day to you?
Look, that will forever be a day in history. Let's just say that. But on a lighter note, my bro, Jazz, it's gonna be his birthday. My ex-mo-in-law, it'll be her birthday. That was a joke.
I don't even know if we should ask.
No.
I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't go by I'm glad I took a picture. Bridget, I didn't know my license plate number in the right order.
Wow. Me, don't feel bad.
So
for
you
me.
talking about April? What we got going on in April?
We got Lupus
We
Swap,
got
April
Shucky
20th.
Ducky. We got Mo's B-Day. We got Lupus Swap.
And hey, I got a special surprise from some young ladies that I met last night.
Okay, hurry that up because it sounds like they're pole dancers.
Oh no.
It's like I got a special surprise.
No,
Oh,
these
you
are
know.
these
See
are
this?
local.
I can print this out 'cause I want to see
These
this on
are
paper.
local artists that performed last night at the House of Blues, and it was Tempest B. And I'm sorry, the other young lady, I don't want to give your real name. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it because they were very hospitable to us. So it was a very enjoyable night. And these girls got some pipes on. They can blow. Stand by, y'all. We getting ready to go back live.
Oh, who we talking? Oh,
The music on.
What you talking about?
I'm mad you got 82,000 unopened emails.
Welcome back,
they
everybody.
really unopened.
Welcome back to the Magic Gas Talk Radio Show. This
I
is your boy
sound
Q.
loud.
Again, I'm with the MTG crew, and I don't know what they got going on. They, I don't know what they got going on.
Hey, Q, we gotta buy Montana some more candy because I 2, 3, 4, 5. I done ate 7.
I think that we want to
Yeah,
left that candy.
dropped
Yeah,
that.
We just want to left that candy.
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
What hell? Oh, they did. I should, cause I was getting ready to say I was gonna drink some more, but you know with the stuff.
I mean, but Montana don't care about eating that candy.
Yes, she does when
No,
you
she
making a
don't.
meal of it.
We always
I
eat
know,
the
we all
candy.
hungry
We
though.
always
Okay.
eat candy.
I didn't bring none today though.
Oh.
So, okay, so real
I
quick.
got you next week.
Real
though.
quick, we got April's gonna be a busy month for the MTG crew as well as the After Party Radio, and also in May. Real quick, I'm just gonna go over a couple of things. We already talked about the After Party Live. Again, that's gonna be on May the 4th, 2019, from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Brick House Lounge at 2525 East Arkansas Lane in Arlington, Texas, 76010. We have put the actual link for you guys to purchase your tickets through Master Gas on our actual link. Make sure you do that because that counts towards us, and we got a couple of things we trying to smoke through the pipeline.
What
So
about?
make sure you go ahead and do that. Purchase some tickets tickets to
I
us.
know, right?
$15 pre-sale. Come and see your crew act the fool
In person.
In
May the
person,
4th,
yes.
in person. Y'all come check us out. Also, let's talk about April real quick. April the 6th is gonna be Mo's birthday show.
Yay, Mo!
Mo's birthday show. It's gonna be next Saturday. Mo is gonna be 61 years old that we're celebrating.
I thought it was
Congratulations, Mo.
61 D's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
We also have a special guest on next weekend, but we're gonna definitely we're gonna be letting you know who that special guest is. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one for Mo's birthday, so it's gonna be a good one. Also on April the 13th, which is the second Saturday, myself, Mo Swag, and Miss Sunshine will be out of the office.
Well,
We're gonna be
No.
out the office?
we're just.
You said you had to go to work.
Oh, well, as of right now, yeah, I'm working every
Yes,
every Saturday in April.
yes, I got you. I got you.
Look,
I got
now
you covered.
I just marked on your hand. But yeah,
You right on me.
As of right now, every
Saturday.
Saturday,
That's
Yeah,
okay though.
but that's okay.
except for that one.
We know that.
The Lupus Walk.
No,
Lucas
no,
Walk is on-
actually, it's on the 27th that I'm on.
Can I get through my church announcements?
My bad, church
Can I
announcement.
get
Go
through my
ahead, go
announcements
ahead.
without you and Mo interrupting me?
We're going,
Look, we discussing schedules.
And so again, that's gonna be on April 13th. My boy Hedges is gonna be here. He's gonna be holding it down. He got some special guests coming with him, so you guys make sure you guys show him the support. And of course, you know I'm gonna always call in no matter where I'm at.
What day is that again?
That's gonna be the 13th of April. I did put that on the calendar, but you know I can adjust the calendar when I get to the house. But again, 13th of April. Then Saturday, April 20th, 2019, the MTG crew will be at the Lupus Walk this year. Bro, can you give us a couple of details about the Lupus Walk?
Okay, so it's gonna be like you said, April the 20th. My team that I'm walking with is Team No Limits. We posted the pictures of the shirts, so if you want a shirt, the information is on our on our Instagram and Facebook, so you can purchase a shirt to support my team. If you don't want to purchase a shirt, that's fine. You can just donate to the Lupus Fund. Whatever you can do, that's great. Love it. I will provide exact details on the times, starting area, because when I do it, I want to give you all the information, not only where it's gonna be, but you need to know where to park. You need to know, what all is going on. You need to know all the activities. So once I get all that information, I will make sure that it's posted on the site. I don't want to give half-assed information.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate it, but we do know it is April 20th.
Yes, April 20th.
2019. All right. And then also, our summer is going to be kind of busy real quick. Saturday, June the 1st and June the 15th, my boy Hendrix and Mo Swag gonna be doing their round tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. And yeah, Mo, you have to have a guest this time around.
It's always the most show anyway.
It's always the most show, so you have to have a guest this time around. And you know, Mo, you
if
just got
if I was sensitive, that would hurt my feelings. But I
know,
don't
you gotta have a guest this time
so
around.
Anyway, so who am I gonna have on the show?
I don't know,
Whoever
whoever you want
But no,
to.
because I like talking about relationships, and then you gotta hear Keith.
Actually, you don't have nothing to hear from me this year as long as you got somebody with you. You ain't got nothing to hear from me.
Okay, really?
Oh, you
'Cause
got
last
nothing,
time-
not a word.
Not a word.
Not a word.
That's why it's called Mo's Round Table.
Mo's Round
wait a
Table.
minute, the time was the women's round table. Q was here. We like, why are you here? Because it's my show. That's what he said. That's what his ass said.
Well, you don't have to worry
I got
about
no
this
tape.
time.
I got on tape.
I promise God, you don't have to worry about this time.
Why? Because you got somewhere to go.
No, because we've been doing this long enough where y'all can do it yourselves. You know, so it's Mo
Now I got
and
to work
Hendrix
somewhere.
Round Table in
Who
June.
you got in June? What you doing?
Don't worry about me. I got this.
You know what? That's code for you don't know the hell you doing.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's what it is. And what you doing, so I know not to do
Wow.
it. Come on, man. Tell me.
Wow.
I'm low key like a midget locksmith, Mo.
Oh.
Because if a midget is a lot, how do you get to
In other words, just wait and see. Mo.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wait and
Okay,
see.
what if we have the same thing?
I like that.
You
Well,
know
it's
what?
emo.
If you and I have the same thing, if
That's
we
the
have
issue.
the same topic, I
It's
gonna be
guarantee you
different. It's gonna
the
be different.
delivery will be completely different.
Yeah, I believe
We
that.
can have the same topic
Yeah.
and have completely different
Different
shows.
perspectives,
yeah,
I got you.
exactly.
And so also real quick,
Still talking.
Texas International Hair Show.
Yeah.
Yes, we gonna do it
June
again.
22nd, 2019
again.
through the 24th. Which days are we going? We just going Saturday?
June 22nd.
June 22nd.
Well, we going, I just want to say June 22nd through the 24th. Are we going all 3 days or
You
just
know
Saturday?
what? You know what, y'all?
Well,
Ooh, that's a good question.
yeah, you got to figure that out.
No, I'm not caring about y'all. Remember, it's about me. It's my 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wedding
Juneteenth.
anniversary.
Mhm.
Oh, Mo, congratulations.
Yeah.
We gotta remember this. Mo's birthday is when your taxes are due. Juneteenth is when she got married. Come on,
Yeah.
I know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we just, okay, as long as
She's
you
just
say all
holding
3
on
days.
to them old
Yeah,
ways.
so June 22nd to the 24th, Texas International Hair Show. The MTG crew is going to be in the house
Montana,
covering
you
the
going with
event.
us?
And we're going to act a fool.
Hair show.
Act a fool, act a fool. Texas International Hair Show.
You know what? I need to see if we
That
can
man
get,
said it 3 times.
if we can get
Lord have mercy.
Katina
Patina Well.
and the young lady with the
With the red,
hot
white,
mo.
blue?
Oh,
Oh, I
What's
know.
her
goodness.
name?
Super tight.
Yeah.
Super
The
tight.
barber.
My brother
I
likes
don't know.
her
I
and
can't
likes
even
Miss
lie.
Wow.
Because I was mesmerized by her fro.
Yeah.
And
And the fro hop.
and
The
then-
fro hop.
the last thing I'm going to say, a couple of things I'm going to say about our schedule, I'm going to go too far into it, is I can't wait for us to go on summer break in July.
Woohoo!
I don't know why we're having a summer break. I think we should work all the way through. As you can tell that I'm not working but one job, do something through the summer, so I'll be like, yeah, why are we doing that? Okay.
If you want to come in, you
No, I'm
can,
good.
but I'm not going to
I'm
be
good.
here. I'm not going to be here. We
So
take
y'all
a
stay
month off
tuned
of
for
July.
July's Mo's show.
There you go. Just cut 'em.
All through the month of July.
So we off for July, so we have the best of.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Ooh.
Yeah, so July we're gonna be having a good time. Then we're gonna be off, and then in August, of course, your boy Q and Miss Sunshine, we be doing our round tables. So even we doing our round tables, they'll still be off.
I know.
Yeah, so
Is that, I don't think that's right. Why don't we have their roundtables at the end of June, so we get 2 extra days?
Oh, that would be good.
that would be cool.
I'm just
But
throwing that out
the
there.
end of
Look,
June,
I'm sorry,
that's
your legs
okay.
all in the way.
but the end of
You
June.
know what, Liz?
I,
She
I need to
does.
get all
And I'm
comfortable.
not listening to that. I just want to know, is the calendar done? Cause then I can call Caesars.
Yes, Mo.
I
Can
got
get
2
done.
comp rooms. I got one
Oh,
for
snap.
$16.12 each day.
Mm. Oh, really?
Cause I gotta pay the resort fees in town.
I hate the
so happy.
resort fees. Why?
Sometimes the
So
resort.
yeah.
Anyway.
It was only $16.
So real quick, let me tell you why you're wrong.
Oh,
There you
oh,
go.
excuse me.
Thank you.
Q is trying to tell me why I'm wrong.
I'm telling her why
Well,
she's
I'm
wrong.
gonna tell you right now. This is one easy answer that covers all topics. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So Mo, what happens is Mo put up a Facebook post, and I don't know if you can find the Facebook post quickly, but she posted. I don't even know why I'm doing this. To
I don't know. Ah!
Is it the, I
She
think I know
posted
what
a
you're
post. She
talking about.
posted a Facebook post, and the gist of the post
No,
says,
I posted
Do you-
a glimpse of encouragement.
Did you
I
find it?
posted it.
Did you find the post?
I know the post because you can't tell everybody. No, I can't find it. Hold on.
Come on, Mo.
Well, I can't help. Unfortunately,
Well,
I suffer
that's
from
why I asked you, did you
insomnia, and I post a lot of stuff.
Okay, and shout out to
No.
Selena
I know.
Walker for
I
letting
be
us.
going to work going, why is Mo up?
Yeah, I post.
I know why I'm up. Why is Mo up?
Yeah,
Basically, the
24
post
hours
said,
inside.
the post said,
You
basically,
can't understand
don't
somebody's
tell,
pain.
don't tell people that don't understand your
Yeah,
pain.
no, here we go.
Oh, okay,
Don't
yeah.
share your pain with people who have not experienced the same pain. They will never understand your hurt no matter how hard you try to explain. See, pain explain, I was trying to rhyme. But that was at Monday at 10:50 p.m. and I only got 33 hearts or likes, but I got so many damn side conversations or conversations, what y'all call it, messages or
Inbox.
something, inbox,
Yeah.
Okay.
young people, that people were like, because they have gone, it's mainly those who have gone through the grieving process. And they were like, you try to tell your people, you try to tell your friends,
You're done.
and they get so tired of it.
Not really.
They tell, I've got a girlfriend who wants a man, and she's like, every time I talk about it, everybody tell me, stop talking about it, it'll happen. But they don't understand, because she's talking to people who are married.
Mm,
She, as a single person, has to talk to single people.
mhm,
Me,
I
as
agree.
a motherless daughter, I can only talk to motherless daughters.
mhm.
Cause Q ain't never gonna understand.
Okay.
Cause he ain't never gonna be a motherless daughter. He'll be a motherless son,
Mhm.
but he'll never be a motherless daughter. So that's what I was trying to say.
But Mo, but that's not, okay, that's something particularly that a person would not know and I would not understand because of my gender.
Right.
But the thing, what you were saying is, what my interpretation is grief stricken, or if you're going through something.
Yeah, agree.
Because the thing is, like, for example, now we just got through talking about these psychiatrists, and you just said, Q, tell your preacher friends about the
Yeah,
psychiatrist.
tell your preacher.
But let's just say if you was raped
Mhm.
and you come to my practice and I ain't never been raped before, what you coming to me for?
But what you're gonna give me
But
is empathy.
but you will come that you may get empathy, but but your posts don't say empathy. Your posts say don't tell people basically what you're going through who have not been through what you've been through, because you cannot get an understanding, because they won't understand what you're feeling.
Right.
And so what I'm saying to this, I slightly disagree. I didn't say I disagree. I slightly disagree
But you're
because
still wrong.
because you're wrong. You're wrong, Mo. Because Ralph West Douglas can't tell. Can't,
Ralph Douglas was.
yeah, Ralph Douglas Woods cannot say to Mo, okay, Mo, this is what it's like to do, to be, Mo Swag and work with this and work with that, because that's how you do it. Just like you can't tell him how to pastor his church.
No.
You can have a suggestion, because your money go to that place and that institution of biblical studies and learning, because I know he teaches his people well.
Yes, indeed.
So I do give him his props on that, okay? I give him his props.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm gonna let you finish. Q. I'm
Because
sorry.
he is.
Go ahead.
but what I'm saying is that you have to understand that some people are designed to help you where you are, because you do need a different perspective from somebody who may not go through what you go through. I'm not saying that your grief is not important, but first and foremost, let me say this. As a life coach, and I'm not talking about my preacher stuff, as a life coach, it is not my job to understand your pain. My job is to help you
Process
understand
it.
that there is a
Understand it,
process
process it.
of your pain, not for you to get over your pain. There's a process of your pain, because your mom and your dad have been gone a very long time.
5 years.
5 years. That, now to me, Mo, that have not lost both of his parents, I can't tell you how to do that, Mo.
So how long is it gonna take?
But the thing is
As
that
long as
as a person to say to you, well, Mo, you should be able to get over your parents that, let's say 15 years. That would do you an injustice
But
of
see,
the mind.
And that's what we were trying to get at, because so many people say, well, you should be over it by now.
Hell no.
And so I get
What
so
the
many
hell?
people inboxing me,
Hell.
and they will be like, first of all, it's the ones who haven't gone through it,
Mhm.
and then they hear me, they're like, oh, that sounds so bad. And then when they go through it, I had 3 women who said, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about
Mhm.
until it happened to me. She said, girl, you were right on, but until you've gone through it. And then the problem with that is that you got 3 different types of grief. So you got the women who don't like their mamas, or who don't get along with their mamas, and they die. They be like, okay, holla at you. 2
Dang.
tears in a bucket. Then you got the girls who were there taking care of their mothers, right? And then they like crushed. Talked to my girlfriend yesterday. Her mama died at her house. She was a caretaker. She was there. And then you got other people whose mama just died immediately, who didn't have the long goodbyes they tell. You just got so many different people under that
Scenarios.
umbrella.
Yeah.
So now you coming up Mother's Day. And see, that's what happened with these suicides. 30 days near the anniversary day.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because that's what happened with Sandy, the Stoneman in Florida,
Right.
the high school.
Right.
It was February
Stone
14th.
Douglas.
Stone
Stone
Douglas.
Douglas.
There we go.
Because she had a long name on her, but it was February 14th. So 30 days before or 30 days after, is when they start reoccurring, starts coming. They say even like when it's a burning building or a smell can trigger it, the dates trigger it, and that's what usually happens.
And see, that's my thing, Mom. And you know, I'm sorry not to cut you off, because we got to really go.
I'm sorry.
But the thing is that there is no excuse me, Sunshine. There is no way that I can say this diplomatically. So let me say it straight out to you. Anybody that try to rush you through your parents' grief, you should just tell them to sit on the heel of your shoe.
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Now, and my thing is that because we, as a human being first, we should know pain. I'm not. There are different kinds of pain, like you said.
Right.
Different things have been inflicted on others. Death,
Yeah.
you know, a lot
Right.
of pain, trauma.
Yes.
Trauma. Let's say that.
Yes.
You know, and there are things that happen, whether it's a process that let's say, for example, if you knew your mother was going to die, and that was kind of something you had to build up to, and then let's just say that your dad maybe had bad health too, and maybe you were thinking like, okay, maybe he was kind of tearing along. No, you're talking about losing your parents 5 days apiece,
5 days apart.
Wait a minute.
We got you.
5 days apart. I mean,
30 seconds. So we were coming to North Carolina to pick up my mama, to bring her down here.
Mhm.
My brother picked her up to take her to the doctor's office to pick up the paperwork. She gets in the car, she has a church hat on, she takes a church hat off, she tells him, "Ooh, turn up the music." He turns up the music, he pulls in, he looks to the right, she's gone.
wow,
And
Like that.
wow.
And there's I'm sorry.
And I
but-
feel sorry for him, because,
Like, okay, so I had the pleasure of having 4 grandmothers.
yes.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
remember the dates that every single one of my grandmothers passed on.
Right, right.
And I
Yeah.
just recently lost my last grandmother
Yes.
on my birthday.
Yes,
Yes.
you did.
Yes.
And you didn't even,
On
and you didn't
my
even say nothing
birthday.
about. Well, you said
Yes,
something
I
to
did.
us,
And
but
then
I'm
I
talking
was
about to
like,
everybody
what?
because everybody didn't know. You didn't say anything.
And I deal with my pain privately. I will let my close friends know,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna tell you right now, one of my grandmothers passed on 4th of July.
Mhm.
And to have 4th of July and your birthday with your
Mhm.
holiday,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm sorry. Like my mom's mother
Mhm.
passed, it's been 9 years.
Mhm.
And every 4th of July,
It's like it
It
was
hurts.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
it
You don't
hurts.
celebrate. You
I
don't
don't, I
celebrate,
can't,
no.
because
Right.
growing up, what 4th of July meant
Yeah.
was we're going to grandma's house
Celebrate.
out in the country. We're gonna get the pop firecrackers.
Right.
We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna have a barbecue.
That's right.
We're gonna
Fish
sit.
fry.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have us some sun tea. We're gonna sit up under the
Yeah.
we're gonna sit up under the shade tree and drink
Yeah.
The
lemonade.
honeysuckle smells everything.
Right.
All the
4th
smells.
of July.
Yeah, can't do it.
I miss my granny's black eyed peas.
See?
You know what? This is
I
the
miss
reason.
shelling peas with my grandma.
This is the reason I
Yeah.
don't eat chocolate cake anymore.
Cause she made it.
She made it
Mhm.
specifically for me, and
And-
and every
Chocolate cream pie, that was
Oh.
mine.
And see, and that's
And
why.
she made all of us our own pie.
And
Yes.
that's
So
why.
what my mom
And
said.
that's why, you know, I say this, you know, and of course, you know, with the post, you know, I'm messing with you, of course, with the post.
Yeah.
But that's why I say, you know, we have to always remember, you know, not only just the good things that, you know, our people taught us before they went on, you know, to be with the Lord. The thing is that it's the lessons in your life that they told you about that was
Mhm.
gonna come, man. I'll be damned.
yeah.
No, but you
They
know what they
don't come.
did? They checked that grandparents, parents, they taught us how to do everything. How to cook, how to clean, how to be self-sufficient, how to have
Yeah.
plan A, plan B. They did not tell us how to live through their death.
And guess what, Mo?
They did
Yeah.
tell us that.
This
Yeah.
and as I was talking about us as leaders now,
Mhm.
this is information that we need to pass on.
Yeah.
Well, I have a book that I'm working on called Death, Dying, and Death.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Death,
Dying.
say it again.
death, dying, and death.
Death, dying, and death. Okay.
Because you all, as people, need to write your own obituaries.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because it is a travesty to allow your children to do it. Because right off the bat, they don't remember what year you graduated from high school.
Right.
And that's one of the questions they ask when you're at the funeral home
Mm-hmm.
and you got to fill out the paperwork.
Guess what?
Yeah.
That's that statistical data.
And this is and I understand where you're coming from because this is where my grandparents always said, get your rings.
Mm-hmm.
They always, no matter what's going on, you graduate from high school, you graduate from college, get your rings. Because that is right there, proof positive of, okay, they graduated high school here, they graduated college, it's right there.
Right.
But one of the things that, again, my mom's mother, I think she made it through 8th grade.
Yeah.
12 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guess how many of them went to college?
All of
All
them.
of them.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, my stepmother, who, you know, I have a mom and stepmom. I refer to both of my mothers as mom because
That's right.
there is no difference.
That's right.
They will chastise me and bless me the same way.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's
When
right.
what happens is that your family unit is so important. It is so important that we pass on our knowledge to the younger generation. It's so important because I don't care what happens. Like there's nothing worse than losing somebody. Well, to me, my personal feeling, there's nothing worse than losing somebody on a day that was so special to you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I mean, my grandmother, all of them, my birthdays were special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
4th of July, all the holidays were special, and I'm sorry, it hurts, and nobody can tell you how to get over that pain.
Right.
And anybody that does, you know, you can be empathetic, but nobody can truly understand. Nobody can get it.
And let me tell you, you know, and actually it's time for us to kind of go.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
got about
we
5
don't want-
minutes. And so I will say, you know, to all of y'all, you know, that, you know, personally, you know, all of y'all in my prayers, and I hope y'all pray for me and all of y'all too. But just for me to you, you know, I always tell every person because it's the only thing that I can say as a man, as a preacher, as an uncle, friend, family member, take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
You know, because just like you say, nobody can help you with that too much as it relates to your own process. Now, be willing to accept guidance, but be wise in who you let into your business. And that's my encouragement. Actually,
That's
I
good.
ain't got to say
That's
nothing
it.
else.
That's
Okay?
it. That's it.
That's
for
good.
That's it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's it for sure.
Boy.
Cause that is sure enough right. Be wise.
Yeah.
Some people will take that into that, take
But-
it in, twist it up, and try to use it for their own good.
And we'll do it.
Do you know how
And we
many
do it.
people called me and gave me condolences? I was like, oh my gosh, she has some wonderful friends. I'm so excited. They were like, you got everything straight? I was like, yeah. I was like, you should be getting that insurance money soon. I was like, huh?
Wow.
One lady said, well, I work for the government like she did, and I got X amount of dollars.
You already counting your pennies.
It took me a whole year to fill out the paperwork to get the insurance check. And then when I got the insurance check, I put it over the, what you call that? The fireplace.
The mantle.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a year to fill it out. And my brother had to call me and say, page 1, line 1,
90 days.
put your name down. I said, okay.
No.
It
Yeah.
took me 2 hours to do the paperwork.
Yeah, and then when you get that check, you only got 90 days.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they
But
did
it-
the reissue.
Yeah, it's not easy, and trust me, it's not easy. But I say this, for my encouraging words,
Yeah. What you got?
no matter what you're going through, you're not the first,
Yeah,
you're not the last.
you're right.
Yeah.
Your pride will be the death of you.
Pride will be the death of you.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. Yes, he did.
That sound like a prophetic warning.
I like that.
You got that, Miss Sunshine?
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
I got nothing, I'm sorry.
Mo, what you got? We're gonna just skip right over Miss Sunshine. You know, she's sleepy. What you got, Mo? You got anything?
Okay, all I got is
2 minutes.
take it from somebody who's old and pretty.
All right.
Okay, that would be me, Q, because he a little slow.
So I think we need
I'm getting punch in your chest.
I'm finna fall
Wow.
Look, I know this to be true. It gets better.
Mm.
It gets better.
You don't see it,
Mhm.
but it does get better.
Get better.
It
You
get better.
can get out the bed.
Mhm.
It's just that on Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, I just be under the covers. But it does get better.
It does get
And
better.
then don't let people, yeah, it does get better. It does get better. 'Cause
So I'm gonna steal one real quick before we ride out.
Okay.
With depression, every step counts.
Every step counts.
Every step counts.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
And then, you know, that's in life. Everything that we do, it
Mhm.
counts towards a bigger goal. So,
Yep.
you know, make sure we do that. Again, this is your boy Q. And on behalf of myself and the MTG crew, we're going to say we see y'all a little bit. Thank you so much for watching on today. The last song that we're going to jam out to is Brown Skin by India Ari.
Ooh.
And we're going to see you on next week right here on
She
Apple
got
Party
some
Radio,
lovely brown
10
skin.
a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we out of here. Peace out.
Just something words I don't know, but I like the song.
Good show, guys.
Yeah.
Good show.
I don't know the
Shut the
words.
hell up, Mo.
I like the song though. She puts me in a.
Melancholy
I need
mood.
to get a blanket, be out in the field,
With the
Mhm.
sun
kinda
shining.
Yeah.
just chilling.
Oh, sorry.
Be careful,
Oh,
Reggie. You
that was
alright?
You know, I talk about that. My grandma, we have not been back to her house.
Man, that's hard.
Oh, you know, I
That's hard.
paid.
No, the taxes get paid.
No. I
Line
paid.
gets kept.
I
We just haven't
paid
been back there.
6 months of
Hey
the
guys,
light
we
bill
see y'all.
and cable bill and everything.
Let me cut them off. Let me cut us off.
Okay.
Make sure you save it.
Hey guys.
Save it.
All right, see y'all in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, now what I do to save it? I hit finish first, right? Yeah.
Scroll, finish first.
All right, guys. See y'all in a little bit.